Are you guys enjoying the jazz music? I mean, you can be honest. Do you guys like the jazz music? Yes. Smile, yes. Love it. Wow. It's pretty passionate words there. See, here's the thing. You might think this is jazz music, but I asked Suno to make a song about a Muslim woman named Frogan who constantly talks about free Palestine, but she doesn't like Jewish people and uses the word Zionist instead of Jew, and she won the Falling Star Award. Let me show you. Let me show you what Suno did for this.
Sorry, but I can't create content with that specific theme. If you have any other themes or ideas in mind for a song, feel free to let me know.
All right, how are you guys doing tonight? Stardust, then he goes live. So Stardust is reviewing the remainder of her first Frogan video. She's doing a reaction to her first Frogan video right now. And then she's going to raid, and then she's going to join us and answer a few questions that I have. I've got all kinds of... I gotta know the dirt. I gotta know why she's so obsessed with Frogan. I gotta know. So she's going to be joining us here in a little bit. But I know she's doing her thing. So why don't we just say hi to everybody? Let's see. Yeah, we'll go all the way up. Bad Wolf, what is this? It's Foodie Beauty. Just pretend like it's Foodie Beauty. It'll be fine. Hi, Count Joshua. Hi, Newplex. Hi, Lilith Moonchild. Hi, Aurilla. Hey, Martha's Dump Truck. Hi, Ruffit. Hi, Jaleu. Hi, Keldos. Hi, Lilith Moonchild. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Evil Unicorn. Hi, Lilith Moonchild. Hi, Jaleu. Hi, Kratos. Hi, Duplex. Hi, Drip Drop. Hi, Aurilla. Hi, Umbral Blossom. Hey, oh, Hamburgers. Hey, Lilith Moonchild. Hi, CK is okay. Hi, Sam B. Hi, Newplex. Hi, Jaleu. Let's see. Hi, Luann Platter. Hi, Professor AI. Hi, Topaz Coyote. Hi, Newplex. Hi, Smelly Cat. Did I miss anybody? Hi, Ruffit. Hi, Dripstar. Hi, the Geeky Banana Saves. How are you all doing tonight? We all doing good tonight? Press 1 if we're doing good. $11 out of 11. Perfect. So, well, fucking cheer up. God damn it. My favorite show is on. See, that's the right answer. Thank you, Evil Unicorn. That's the right answer. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. We've got a big show here for you tonight, and we have a video from Frogan. Or not, I'm sorry, a video from Stardust that we're going to be reacting to tonight. It is about Frogan. If you still have no idea who Frogan is, we talked about it on Monday's live stream. So if you go to the last live stream about keeping it cute, it's in there, okay? We reacted to Stardust's first Frogan video, okay? So what we're going to be watching today is her second video, which actually premiered only a couple of hours ago. Actually, I do have something to tell you guys before we get started about keeping it cute, okay? Press 1 in the chat if you were here Monday for the whole giveaway scam fiasco thing. The bulk email. Yeah, I didn't get any more emails. Okay, so let me pull up her channel real quick. So it turns out that it's very possible that the giveaway was not a scam, okay? And I'm going to explain how. Because I am correct that that was not her channel, or I'm sorry, that channel did not exist, and that nobody had that username. I was correct about that, okay? There was nobody with the name Jolene Bach in there. But I posted an update. If you want to go see the Reddit comment, I posted an update. I pinned it in the comments, okay? I find it quite amusing, but I'm disappointed at the total lack of internet detectiveness going on there. I just want to say something. This person types. And I'm not going to read all of it, but I will say they are absolutely right. Throughout this entire thing, they're absolutely right. There is no Jolene Bach on YouTube because that utter moron Cutie wrote the winner's name wrong. There was a post in her comments by Jaylene Bach on January 6th. Person's allegedly been on YouTube for 10 years. So there is a post from someone named Jaylene Bach. And she wrote, her dumbass wrote Jolene. And yes, joined 10 years ago. And in fact, Lilith actually tipped me off to this first, because if you go to her channel and you go to that giveaway post, if you go to her giveaway post, it's still not uploaded. She promised us a video. So anyway, I posted this. Oh, wow, never won anything before, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Jaylene Bach comes in and says, hi, the account below is fake. You mean above, right? Who is the real Jaylene Bach? I don't know. Pretty sure she tagged the wrong account. There's no Jolene Bach on her comments. I commented 6 days ago, but she never really emailed me back. Oh no, that's a sad imitation of you. Cheated and snagged the gift card from you. I'm sorry, that's really unfair. Now, to be fair, I just want everybody to know, just to be fair, I didn't email Keeping It Cute. I thought about it, but I did not email her. I wanted to give it some time for exactly this reason, which was, it could be that she, you know, and should any of us be shocked that this crackhead doesn't know how to spell? Like, should any of us be shocked by this, really, that she doesn't know? I mean, let's be honest. But all of that aside, I don't believe she's getting it either, Okay, I don't believe anybody's getting any giveaway. And nobody's winning nothing. So, anyway, that is, I just wanted to make sure I updated this. And I want to add one other thing. So the question being, why did I take this account in the first place? The reason I took this account was because the first thing I saw this post as soon as it popped up, and I saw that this account didn't exist. And I was like, this bitch is scamming. But I was thinking about it and I was like, if somebody else figures it out, then they're going to make that account before I can. Like, you see what I mean? They're going to make that account, and then my theory just is out the window. You know, I don't have any ability to prove it if somebody else nabs the account. And so that's why I grabbed the account. Okay, I understand this is a lot of poo touching I probably shouldn't have even gotten involved in. But hey, we had fun. Let's be honest. We had fun with this. Quick thinking. Somebody posted that in the video too. In the comments, they posted something like, this is the kind of thinking that a Linux user would do. Good job. This is the kind of quick thinking of a Linux user. I also here's the deal. Deity. I have already told you guys that, like I told you guys Monday, I just kind of didn't want to fucking talk about it. Even now, I don't really want to talk about it just because I'm not prepared for it. However, we do have a goal up. We have a super chat goal up. If we get 10 $2 super chats, fuck it. We'll do Deity. We'll do some Deity content. Okay? But click the super chat button, do super chat. If you have PayPal, click the PayPal link in the pinned message. That's always even better than super chats. And become a member. Click the join button, become a member. It's called cow tipping, and you do know what you're doing. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's like you've got to have some boundaries, and I don't think I crossed my bound. You know, I don't think I crossed the boundaries or the guidelines that I would have set for myself. So, but at the same time, it's still poo touching, and I'll, you know, call it for what it is. Stardust, thank you so much for the raid. What an unexpected surprise. What are you doing here, Stardust? Oh shit. I hope I did not test Discord before I got up on this. I should have. But you know what? Let's see. I can. Oh no, this will work. This will work. This will work. Stardust, I don't know what you're doing or where you are, but call me when you're ready, and we'll get started. For those of you who don't know who Stardust is, this is what we're here for today. Oh, there she is. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi.
Oh my God, have I gone to... I'm just kidding, I can hear you. All right, so this is Stardust. She is a, should I say former politics streamer?
Yeah, I would just say I'm a, you know what? I would just say a content creator. That's all, you know? Former politics.
She's a drama farmer.
Not a drama farmer.
She's a drama farmer. That's why she watched my Carly video, okay? If you guys didn't see this, by the way, make sure you go check it out. Listen, I've been spreading awareness about the Carly situation for almost a year now, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. So,
yeah, do it.
Go check out Stardust's reaction to the Carly video. It was good to the point that I had to go back and watch it more than once, okay? But
you know what? Glitter Bella is really accurate about her description of me. Stardust is variety, politics, drama, and furry news. Yeah, but not the furry news part. The variety, politics, drama. Yeah, that's good.
Variety, politics, and furry news. Got it. Okay. So
variety is good by itself.
Right, furry variety. Right. Okay. So we watched her first video on Frogan on Monday, and today we're gonna be watching the new one.
Tones.
And quiet, Stardust. And I'm going to link the video here because I need you all to make sure that you go hit the like button, subscribe to her channel. I had a lot to do with this video, so it's not optional. You have to go support it now, okay? Otherwise, you hate me, okay? So
honestly, I wouldn't have been able to get this done if it were not M60 bothering me and being like, hey, where's the video? And then finally being like, you need to get this video done. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
No, yeah, we've been...
yeah.
No, I mean, it's just like a lot of times you know, sometimes all you need is just to be like, just to be annoyed about it. And it's like, fuck it, I'll fucking do this video finally.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll shut him up.
I legit don't think I would have gotten it done in the time that I did, if you had not been there annoying me about it. So it's good.
Well, I'm glad, and this video came out amazing. I've got to be honest. This video came out amazing.
Partly because you watched it like 16 times, right? So.
Yeah. Well, you know how I am. I'm a fucking nitpicker.
Nice.
I hope that. Anyway. All right, so I have some questions for you about this, okay? First of all, what are your thoughts on Bo Blacks?
Oh, man. I don't want to... Look, I'm not interested in other people's sex lives, okay?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do. I just knew everybody's been asking you about that.
Yeah, no, multiple people have asked me, and it's like the same as, I don't want to be his first, OnlyFans customers, okay? You guys want to do that. Have fun, you know?
Well, and so like I was saying a minute ago is like, you know, I've been actually beefing. So I've been beefing with this. I don't want to say beefing, whatever. I've been raging about this gay guy for most of this year so far, and his name's Deity. His name's Deity. He used to be big during the Onision shit, and he is now just kind of sits on his ass all day doing nothing. It's, you know, and it's not even worth going into, but, you know, somebody brought it up that it's probably gay on gay crime happening here. And I'd like to ask you, why is this not Muslim on Muslim crime?
I mean, technically, okay, by some people's opinions, it would be.
By the way, I should add, Stardust is also Muslim.
Yes, yes. So in some aspects, yes. So I consider myself like culturally a Muslim, just like they're cultural Jews, cultural Christians, all that, right? But even the sect of Islam that my family practices, I realized recently that a lot of the reason why I seem to have like this, what would I like? I'm just repelled by a lot of the super dogmatic people of Islam. And I think part of the reason why is because my family practiced a sect of Islam that is a minority sect and is sometimes seen by a lot of the outside Muslims as not real Muslims, right? So there is that. Like the sect of Islam that my family generally practices is like way more moderate. Generally, I think that even
you guys are like the Florida of Islam.
I wouldn't say Florida. We're like the I don't know.
Well, no, I mean this. I mean this as in the Southeast, we don't claim Florida.
Yeah, maybe some of them claim us, but some of them don't. You know, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We're a minority. It's basically the Ismailis, and even a lot of the Muslims that aren't Ismaili that are in India still have a lot of the same like thinking. And Ismailism, because it started in India, has a lot of Hindu influence on it. So you know, if I ever put on a hijab, I feel like everybody in my family would throw a fucking fit. You know.
So that's not common for. What did you call it? Smileyism?
Yeah,
okay.
Ismaili.
Ismaili,
yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know, that kind of does lead to my second question, which was like, you know, we've been looking at a lot of foodie beauty content. She is living in Kuwait. I think her husband's Syrian. And what happens with so many of these fucking reaction channels is they will fucking rage about that's haram, that's not, you know, or not haram. See, I have to be honest, I don't know anything about Islam. You know, I didn't even know, like, I gotta be honest, I'll say this actually. I grew up in, rural Alabama, and like we didn't have Jewish people or Muslims there, and like the only thing I ever knew about Islam before 9/11 was that it was a religion, and I thought that it was like a extinct religion, just something they practice like people
Yeah.
practiced like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were like active Muslims,
Yeah.
but yeah, then 9/11 happened, and then everybody knows what a Muslim is now,
Yeah. Those fucking terrorists. Yeah, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, even more so, I still know nothing about it. So I'm not even sure what Ismailism is. Ismailism, I think.
Yeah, so Islam is basically just another Abrahamic faith. So like Christians, so Jews believe in everything up until Jesus, right? And then they think Jesus is just some guy, like, who the fuck is that guy? Then, Christians believe in Jesus, and then, Catholics believe also in Jesus, but like some variation for some reason. And then there are different sects of Christians also, but they all
I'm
basically
Catholic, Star.
right? Huh?
I'm Catholic.
Oh, you're Catholic? Well, look, I don't know how to distinguish between the Catholics and the Christians very well.
No,
So
yeah.
I
Listen,
apologize.
I'll say this much: I'm a Catholic, but like growing up in rural Alabama as a Catholic, like we were the minority.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
bet you were. I bet they like ragged the fuck out of you.
yeah, everybody is Protestant. I think we had like one Mormon at my high school, and that was like
Yeah.
everybody was Protestant. There were like 3 Catholics and 1 Mormon.
Yeah. So yeah, so after Christians, like, so you're thinking like A through, Jews are A through X, right?
Okay.
And then Christians are A through Y, right? They believe in Jesus. Jesus is that, Y. And then Islam, the Muslims, they believe, oh, we're A through Z, because Muhammad came right after, well, not right after, but Muhammad came after
After Jesus,
and
right?
was another prophet of God, because they believe in Jesus too. They just believe Jesus is a prophet of God. And the difference also is that they don't believe Jesus is the son of God, because they believe all of humans are the sons and daughters of God. So, Jesus is not different from, another person. He just was a prophet, and that's what
Right.
made him different.
Right.
So, yeah.
But so let
Uh,
me let me ask real quick: is haram like good or bad?
Haram is
Something
bad.
is
Something that is not approved of in Islam.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to my point is that we see all these reactors like FFG or whatever talking about that's haram, that's not, you're not really a Muslim, to like Foodie Beauty. And I get offended with this, with everybody like questioning her religious ability, like how religious she is, or does she really a Muslim? This is all an act. I mean, this is what people say about her, and it's just like, you don't know. And I made a comment, I think, in your stream earlier, which was what did I say? It was like
It was a really good comment. Most
yeah,
people try and most people fail. Yeah.
most people try their best when it comes to religion, and also those same people mostly fall short at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Most people just are never going to live up to what their religion prescribes. So to go in and like nitpick every little thing, it's just disgusting to me, because none of these people are acting like perfect little Christians, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, nobody is. And, another thing in Islam is like, everybody has their personal relationship with God, right?
Right.
So and I'm sure that's another thing in other Abrahamic religions and other religions in general. But like, that's a huge thing, is like, you have your personal relationship with God, and nobody can come between you and God, right? And so even if I am like not really religious, but like, I just don't feel like it's my place to judge somebody from a religious perspective, because one, I'm not living up to any religious like standards at all. I just
Okay.
live up to my personal standards
Right.
most of the time, and even then, everybody falls short. But yeah, I just don't think it's my place, and I think I don't know. I don't think it's a right thing to do. So,
Yeah, I mean, look, even if she is LARPing, I'm talking about Foodie Beauty, but even if she's LARPing, I don't really care. I mean, it's just not, It's
How
not.
many people are LARPing when it comes to religion? Most people, I think. Right?
Right, exactly. It seems like pretty much everybody's LARPing when it comes to religion. I mean, that's a good point.
Or they're doing it for the approval of a god that they believe in, and even isn't that LARPing in itself? Like if you're doing it just for the approval of a higher creature, and you're afraid of them, you're not really doing it because you believe it's the right thing to do. You're doing it because you're afraid of going to hell. So,
Oh, and Glitterbell brings up a good point. I mean, almost any religion is a LARP at the end of the day, but that's another discussion. The question, because I still haven't even asked the damn question I meant to ask you, which is there a big, because I know Frogan's Lebanese and you're Indian, but you're both Muslim. There's a significant difference between Islam in Lebanon, in Kuwait, in Iran, in India. Is there a significant difference between all of these different?
Yeah, and it really depends also on the sect, right? So like different sects of Islam can be way more dogmatic, or way more liberal. And so like, I'm way less likely to accuse. In fact, I'm never going to accuse a woman who is wearing a hijab of like LARPing when it comes to not LARPing, but like being a fake Muslim, right?
Right.
Everybody's LARPing. Everybody's
they
LARPing,
might be acting performative, but that doesn't mean they're not Muslim.
They're performative, but they believe what they are. Who I would accuse, and somebody brought it up in chat, is somebody like Sneeko or Andrew Tate. I think those are people who are using the religion to appeal to a crowd that they otherwise wouldn't be able to reach, and a crowd who aligns with their values in every other way except for the religion. So I think people like that, like it's very blatant. Those people are using that religion to appeal to that crowd and get their money. I don't think that I see that with Frogan. I don't think I see that with Foodie Beauty. And that's really just not for me to comment on. But again, to answer your question, yes, lots of different sects of Islam, and even the ways that people practice Islam are going to be different from even family to family. And it's just not my place to even say anything there,
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So getting specifically to Frogan, is she from Lebanon or is she from the U.S.?
So her dad is Lebanese, and he fled Lebanon, I believe, in the Arab-Lebanon War.
Okay.
I think in the 70s or the 80s. Why do I know this about her? And then her mom is white, and she herself was born in the U.S. So.
Yeah, you know too much lore. That's why I say. Gotta ask you this. Do you think she's been to Lebanon though, right?
I actually don't know if she's been to Lebanon.
I'd be curious, and just not anything other than morbid curiosity. I don't really care, like whether she's actually been there or not. That doesn't make her not Lebanese,
Yeah.
But do you think she's gonna shut up now that there's been a ceasefire?
No, I don't think so. I think she's addicted to being obnoxious. And I mean, she and her little group, her Arabs podcast, even put out a video today. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't really look at their videos very often, but I'm sure they had something to say about...
Oh, that was a risky click. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sure they have something to say about the ceasefire, so we'll see.
I was about to say, I saw a tweet from her earlier. That's what I'm pulling up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, yes, this, I'm glad, I'm happy about the ceasefire. But also at the same time, like, stop being a fucking idiot, There's a clip of her where she's talking about her and the Arabs podcast crew. They're going over this clip of Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu. And they're talking about how all these Israelis are in northern Israel, don't want to go back to their homes because they're afraid of conflict and violence, right? They fled. And her response is like, good, go back to Brooklyn, bitch. You have your penthouse there, or something like that. And it's like, no, they don't. None of these people have penthouses. What do you think Israel is made up of? Like, you think they're just like Americans who are going there on vacation? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, yeah. She's stupid.
Yeah, and like I said, I saw some tweets. She put, even with this ceasefire deal, continue to uplift and support Palestinians. This is just the beginning. So I guess she seems positive about it, but then I can't even articulate how I feel right now, which there's not much context, but I feel like this is not, positive looking But then this one is, so I guess you're right. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, ceasefire today, liberation tomorrow. And see, and this is, maybe this is a good point, is that I don't know that we're getting liberation tomorrow or anytime that soon. You know what I mean? Or at all.
Yeah.
But
I want to know what her definition of liberation is too. You know.
exactly. What is your definition of liberation?
What's her
And
solution?
right. And then when it comes down to it, like, I worry, that it's the situation that some people are just never going to be happy with this shit, like they're just never going to be satisfied with whatever the result is. And that's the other problem that I see with this whole conflict is like nobody is going to be happy with any solution. So it's just, I don't know, like, this is why I don't talk about it for real.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I hate to quote a controversial figure, but I think so there are a couple of people I've heard talk about this, and there's some really interesting solutions. But I think a lot of people on Frogan's side want a one-state solution, and that
Yeah.
is not something that is ever going to happen. It is not
Yeah.
feasible right
That's
now,
the problem is it's just so that goal flew away a long time ago,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
What I could see is maybe something like the UK, where like they have different countries and they're like united under some sort of agreement or something like that.
Yeah, the
Um,
Commonwealth.
yeah. But I could never see a one-state solution working anytime soon in this century, or even maybe even then in the next.
Yeah.
I do think like a two-state solution is probably a good idea, or somebody even floated like a three-state solution, which would be super interesting. Um, just because the land is split up in three ways right now, as we know it, right? We've got Gaza, the West Bank, and we've got Israel. So I mean, there could be a three-state solution there.
Yeah, I mean,
But basically, at the end of the day, I think Palestinians are going to have to accept probably a very hard thing, which is that probably their ability to return to their homes, their ancestral homes, is probably not going to be on the table. Similarly, Israelis are probably going to have to accept that they are going to have to maybe move out of the West Bank and not return to the West Bank, right? And dismantle the settlements there. And there's going to have to be like probably some of the Arab governments are going to have to get involved in helping rebuild Gaza and rebuild the areas that have been affected by this. But yeah, it's not going to be an easy solution, and it's not going to be a quick one. So
yeah. That's
yeah,
that's the thing is at the end of the day I do realize that these people are getting pushed out of their land as well.
yeah,
And it's so unfortunate because I would easily be on that side up until the point that you realize like this has been going on way too long. And this is just not like this isn't how you gain liberation. I said this the other day, which was like, the Portuguese had an entire revolution without killing anybody, so it's possible.
yeah. I mean, India also tried to do similarly. Like our biggest movement was, Gandhi's movement, right? Of resistance, but peaceful resistance, right?
Right.
And it was the biggest movement in India. Now, not everything was peaceful, but probably the most successful movement within India was the large peaceful one, and that enacted a lot of change. And it enacted change not just in India and other countries too. But I mean, even with partition, like my grandmother lost her childhood home during India's partition when the British left. She had to flee because of violence that was erupting. And I think for the rest of her life, she regretted having to flee her childhood home. And she often thought about it. And, when she would go back to visit that area, she knew other people were living there. And that's very painful. But at the end of the day, right, like you've got people who are living in Israel now who've been living there for a very long time. And the Palestinian people were wrong, the ones who had to leave their homes for fear of violence. They were wronged, and they thought they would be able to come back, and they weren't. And unfortunately, like I don't see them being able to go back, all of them at least, to be able to go back to their ancestral homes. At the same time, I understand that there are people who've been living in settlements. There are whole towns that are settlements in the West Bank. they're gonna have to, you know, Israelis are gonna have to move out of that. They're gonna
Yeah.
have to, they have to make sacrifices too, and they kept, they kept kicking the
That's
can
if
down the
they're
road as
held to
well.
accountability to do that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's going to be
they have
the
to.
real issue is like in a
Yeah,
lot of ways Netanyahu's ran around unchecked for quite some
he has.
time,
Yeah,
and
and I
it's
know Biden tried to really pull the reins on him, and they would like shit talk each other in private, but yeah, no, I think it's gonna have to, they're gonna have to be multiple like third parties involved in rebuilding those areas, and there, and somebody has to really like hold Israel. Like, you cannot expect Palestinians to sacrifice that, to give up something so painful to them and not give up something painful yourself. There has to be equal compromise, or at least as close as you can come to it, you know? So
okay. Well, listen, I want to ask you this really quick because in my opinion, the central thesis of almost both of these videos is that Frogan is the type of person that will use the word Zionist every time she means you Jew. Do you and that has been my assessment here. You don't have to agree with me, but I just feel like every time she's saying Zionist, she really means you damn Jew, you know? And I hate that shit, but my question isn't so much on that as much as like, do you think there are other terms that we don't see, like people using these words and then that's not really what you meant, was it? You know what I mean? Do you think there are other words that we're not aware of? Because I would have never thought of people using Zionist, I think, in this manner. And maybe, again, it's just me not being educated on the matters, but...
I think right now, like most people have like been able to identify this, and I think part of that, it has to do with like, one, the Jewish community being like, hey, like this is a little weird, but also I think part of the reason why I was able to identify it is because I used to argue so much with like dissident right people, and I'm
Right.
used to identifying that knowledge, and I'm used to identifying like when somebody means something else, right? Um, it's possible that there are more dog whistles. I
Mm-hmm.
think with the left, the far left especially, part of the issue is they don't even realize that they're dog whistling, or they think they're justified in their dog whistling. And because they think that like everybody else is oppressed. But if you look at like the dissident rights, like ideology, they think that they're oppressed too. So
Right.
yeah, I'm sure that there's more out there, but we won't know until like it starts to become much more mainstream and somebody says something about it, you know?
Well, Aura Rilla said feminist, which I found funny. And I actually am wondering because now that I think about it, is the word cis. And I feel like now I don't agree with this position, but the far right has absolutely tried to turn that into a dog whistle when it's like, that's not what
Cis?
people, yeah, the word cis instead of, or instead of whatever, I guess. I mean, that's the word that
I think
people
one
use.
thing they'll do, yeah. So one thing they'll do is like, I don't know about the cis one. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. One thing I do agree with though is like using white woman as like just like a veil to just say, dumb fucking women. Instead of saying dumb fucking women, they'll say like, oh, dumb fucking white women.
Yeah,
When,
white. This is
yeah.
what white people do. Yeah, no. In fact, it's funny. I was
Not even
watching a
about
clip of
white
me
people,
talking about
white
this.
women.
White
People,
women.
I don't know. There's a swing back in the pendulum towards like hating women, right? And so I think people are just like, they use white women as like a veil for that. But I don't know. Like I will use white woman as like a joke when I think like somebody's like, I've used it when I don't know if you know. Do you know Vivian Wolf?
I know yeah, kind of, but I've seen
She's
her
somebody who's
on
really
panels.
obnoxious.
Yeah, I've
She's
seen her
really
on panels, and
obnoxious.
she's so obnoxious
Yeah.
I would never check out her channel.
So she's somebody who used to go really hard at me on Twitter. Recently we've been okay, but like back when she used to like go really hard and she was telling people to report my channel and all that, I did use the white woman thing on her, but I used that kind of like in a joking way because I knew that it would like trigger the fuck out of her, right? But I didn't mean it about all women. There's some people who use white women and really mean all women about
What's
it.
she offended by? The fact that you called isn't she white?
I mean, she looks white. Apparently she's not fully white, but she wasn't offended by it. She just blocked me after that, after I called her a white woman. So,
That sounds
yeah.
offended to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, I just want to, yeah.
yeah, you can't call trans people white. Come on. Okay. So, did Frogan ever get banned for making now I want to talk to you about the video. Did Frogan ever get banned for making those comments about PTSD?
No, she did not. She got banned for the Sabra panel, and the only reason she got banned for that and her friends got banned for that is because the ADL and a congressman got involved. Otherwise, there would be no consequence there.
And maybe a broader question here, but like with everything that's been going on between her, Hassan, I guess Denim's, like, and what they've been doing, I mean, do you think Twitch needs to be held accountable for platforming all of this? Because it feels like they've been really heavy at platforming this type of rhetoric on their platform.
So I'm not somebody who's like about the platforming argument. I think people should be allowed to platform who they want. I just think that when it's a platform itself and they're allowing this kind of language, they need to be consistent. If you're allowing this kind of dog whistling, and I've heard this exact type of dog whistling on the far right, then there's no reason for you to be like banning bog standard conservatives from your platform. There's no reason, like, I don't know. Either you have to be consistent on it. You can't just, and people, I don't know, they'll ban for like the stupidest reasons, and it's just incredibly inconsistent. So
yeah, no, I mean, I've gotten warnings and all kinds of stuff for the dumbest stuff from Twitch. I mean, even sometimes I wasn't streaming and I'd get a warning for something I don't even know. And like Twitch is such, I hate that website.
yeah,
Fuck that website.
I've heard multiple times over the years, it's like a company being run by a bunch of kids.
Yeah, basically. And it's very much left hand doesn't know what its right hand is doing. There's so many fucking problems with Twitch. I find it hilarious that they're considering banning TikTok and not fucking Twitch,
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of the TikTok thing. I only get fed animal videos on it, and I don't even use it that often, so yeah.
So, the streamer awards real quick. I think that it would be the funniest thing ever. The funniest thing of 2025, because I'm telling you, Stardust, you're going to blow up this year. I can see it. It's already been manifested. It's too late. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? I know you're going to blow up this year. I think the funniest fucking thing in the world is if Stardust wins the Rising Star Award.
We'll have to see if they even have that award anymore. Let me check, actually.
Well, I think they had it this year, didn't they?
They may
You think they got rid of it because of Frogan?
I mean, I know they have like a hidden gem. Blow up. It started as No. Okay. Let me
Gil
see.
did too.
Nominations, voting results, bro. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the 2024 winners. Let's see what the 2024 winners were. Strategy game, arts, creative arts, MOBA, hidden gem. I think they replaced it with hidden gem. This award serves to highlight an amazing streamer with less than an average of 200 viewers during the past year. They were a hidden gem.
Yeah, they renamed it to Hidden Gem, it looks like.
But let me just see if there's any other, like, Rising Star or anything like that. Roleplay, FPS. No, there was a Rising Star, actually.
Oh, okay.
Award goes to a streamer who had at most 1,000 viewers at the start of the year and has the potential to rise at an unstoppable pace. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and look, I mean, look, like I said, I think this is definitely your year. You're off to a great start so far.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. So, and a whole bunch.
But yeah, let me ask you this though: would you go if you won the award and all that? Would you go?
Maybe
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Fuck those bitches. Because you know what my next question is? Who do you think? Who's crying is funnier, QT Cinderella or Frogan?
That's a hard one because I have such a I have fond memories of like inserting, like I loved when I was editing my first video, one thing I loved doing, it just like 3 a.m. like I would have terrible ideas come into my head. And one of my favorite memories is like making a crying video of Frogan and inserting like sounds of somebody like sniffling and snorting and just being really gross in it. And I thought that was super funny.
Is
But,
that in this? Is that in this video?
No, it's not,
Okay,
unfortunately.
because like I heard all of these noises when she was crying when I watched your video. I don't know if you remember me saying I think there's some weird audio glitch, and then I realized it was her fucking snorting. Like,
Yeah, because he already made those noises, so I just added more in, so it was believable, you know? And people were like, "Oh my god, she's so gross." But it's hard to say because the memories of watching like Ethan laughing his ass off at Cutie Cinderella is also very funny to me. So
I know. I feel like it made it even fucking funnier, but it was just like, God, like it's not actually you. You know that, right?
yeah, yeah. Let's see if I
Um.
can find that. People are asking for that video now. Where? Let me see. It's like
No,
a
I think they were
meme
talking
video.
about the video of Frogan snorting.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do have that.
Think so. I think
Oh.
so. It's probably on.
I hate that streamers eat. You're right. We need to starve ourselves more.
You know what? I don't have it. I thought I did.
If you
I'm
find
sorry.
it, if you find it, you better post it in the chat. We want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I also heard Ethan is working on a video, and I don't know exactly if it's about Hassan or just Twitch and Hassan, or like if it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's about. What do you know about this? Do you know anything about this?
I think it's on Hassan. It's mostly on Hassan, but I think he might be touching on other content creators in that space because there are some very problematic content creators in that space. And I know he's going to have something to say about, I mean, he has to have something to say about Frogan, right? This is somebody who kept provoking him. And
Right.
would keep like crying out every time she hit him. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Ethan needs to see this video.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
I think he'll
did
like it.
hear- Yeah, I did hear some people like sent him my first video. So it'd be cool if he saw this one.
Yeah, that's a good
but
sign.
yeah, it would be. I think there was one last. Oh, there was a video of Frogan that I didn't include, but I'm trying to find where did I put it. I mean, like, yeah, there's so many clips that I have saved that like I didn't even get to use. And I feel like there are even dots that I didn't connect in these two videos. Other people can connect them without me making a third one because I'm kind of tired of Frogan at this point. But like in the first video, we talked about like the paper that she wrote, right? And she's talking about, oh, he failed me because my opinion was wrong. Based on the tweets that she was liking, I do not believe that for 1 second, okay? Did you, like, what did she write in her fucking paper? Did she write that the Jews were stealing the skins of Palestinians? I don't know what she wrote in that paper. Like, there's no fucking way. And also, even, like, the fucking screenshots of the PowerPoint notes that she had, even in that, there was, like, a wrong number in it of, like, how many people were affected by something. It's just, like, I do not believe for 1 fucking second. And people should connect the dots there with her saying, like, oh, you know, my professor failed me because my opinion was wrong. No, your professor failed you probably because you have a bunch of misinformation in your paper. So
I mean, I'd believe her professor failed her because she can't write. I mean, I'm not even trying to be rude about that. I mean, I'm just guessing that it had more to do with like you just didn't write a good paper, not even like like your opinion was wrong, but she just didn't write a good like paper. Like maybe she too much misspelling or something, you know what I mean?
maybe I don't know.
Arab tried sharing Paytas over here. Arab tried sharing Paytas over here.
what?
I assume there's a misspelling here or something. I'm not sure. Arab Trisha. Okay, just type this sentence again, but thank you for the $1.99. Oh, you're saying this is an Arab Trisha Paytas over here. That's what she's saying. I don't know enough about Trisha Paytas.
Trisha Paytas is actually smarter than Frogan. Like, let's be real. People want to rip on Trisha Paytas, but she's actually an incredibly intelligent woman. She learned Hebrew in like 6 fucking months. Who does that? A full-grown adult learned Hebrew in 6 months, and she's fluent in it now. You know, that is a talented person. She didn't get where she was.
Just a second. You better pull over or get to your destination before I see you in chat again. Be safe.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, be safe. Yeah, no, people act like Trisha Paytas is an idiot, but I think that's character, and I think she is actually very intelligent, and I think she does a lot of what she does for entertainment value. So yeah, I don't know. You don't learn Hebrew in 6 months, you know. Plus, learning the fucking scripture and the script of the language in 6 months and not be a fucking smart person, you know.
Right, exactly. Like I think she's definitely a lot smarter than she like lets people think she is, you know. I think it's a lot more of an act than anything else with Trisha.
Yeah. It's definitely an act, yeah, for sure.
All right, final question. What is your next video essay about? Do you want to tell us? Can you tell us?
I think it might be a defense of Amber Heard, but I have to see. So yeah, I think that might be it. We'll see.
That sounds controversial.
Very controversial, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, you got a W, so there you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, if you find any of those clips, you better post them in the chat. But we're gonna react to this, and
thank you for having me. And
no
thank you for
problem.
helping me so much and motivating me. And honestly, like, you've been such a good friend, pushing me, because I was not together the past couple of months. I was not together.
I get it. We all, and we all have our moments. I think it's about getting back the fuck up. Just getting up and just pushing on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm there. So thank you. Have a great stream. I'll be in the audience watching, so.
Well, thank you.
You better not talk too much trash, okay?
Oh, I am.
Or I'll smack you.
I'm gonna drag your ass.
Okay. Well.
All right.
Yeah, not too hard. All right, bye.
Bye. Is Lilith still here? Can you link Stardust chat? You did. You actually did. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just not even reading on the chat. I wish I could be on more Stardust streams, but she streams a lot. She streams when I'm at work a lot. You'll have to check out her replays. I'm telling you, that Carly reaction was so good, and I don't know if it's like me blowing smoke up my ass because it's my video and I think it's such a good video, or if it's like that her reaction was genuinely that good. But her reaction was good. In fact, I found myself getting a little bit frustrated, but only because she would like pause the video and say exactly what I was about to say 2 seconds later. You know what I mean? So like, no hate there. It's just like, I'm glad. I think more than anything, it's just like the more that I show that Carly video, the more that I'm glad people see it and see where I'm coming from, or they at least, are willing to see where I'm coming from. So, because like I said, I felt so gaslit during that whole thing. It was insane. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead and we're going to watch Frogan, Cruel, Bigoted, and Loving It. And let me just tell you, this intro song, just the music in this video, it's amazing. Oh, God damn it.
Tones.
Hi, I'm Frogan, and I chose to be a Twitch streamer for my job.
Like, just even from the very beginning, it's just, like, hilarious. Like, you're just going in for the kill.
Guess who's back? In the last video, I covered topics such as Frogan's claims to be a public health expert, her confrontations with multiple therapists, her criticisms of Ludwig, Ethan Klein's falling out with her favorite streamer Hassan, and a paper she wrote in college. I think I successfully demonstrated her dishonesty,
I love the Barbie.
her arrogance, and self-victimization. But, as I expected, Frogan has once again stirred.
Hold on, Frogan's gonna be your new best friend. She loves eating, listening to Fall Out Boy, pretending to be a victim, getting her nails done, and being a horrible bitch.
Controversy in the streaming community.
Unleash your bigotry. Frogan loves being anti-Semitic. There's nothing she hates more than filthy Zionists in America. Does this sound like you? Take your bigotry to new levels with Frogan.
I expected, Frogan has once again stirred up controversy in the streaming community.
My sides.
And as usual, she'll take no accountability for her actions. So, let's dive right in. Recently, we've seen a lot happen between Twitch, its creators, and its critics. Most notably, Twitch was put on blast by multiple figures and organizations, including...
By the way, actually, let me pause right here, because if you guys don't know about all the shit that's going on with Twitch, I don't expect a lot of you guys to know about the shit that's going on with Twitch. Go ahead and visit isn't it hatred.tv? Yes, hatred.tv, which documents very well how Twitch just simply seems to want to support as much anti-Semitism as possible when it comes to Hassan and all of these people. This website actually is from Dan Can't Stream. He's been doing a lot as far as like exposing like what's been going on Twitch. Like you see cumulative toxic comments related to Jews. October 7th, then you see what's happening. You know, this wasn't even a topic before October 7th, 2023.
The ADL and U.S. Congressman Richie Torres. A Twitch-sponsored panel with racial undertones was the spark that started the fire. Guess who was involved with that? People will try and feign innocence. Don't let them gaslight you. In another universe, I might have been more charitable to Frogan and her crew, but as I discussed in my last video, there's way too many examples of her being shady. My charitability has run out completely.
Ooh.
I want to revisit and expand upon something I covered in my last video to explain why I don't think anyone should give any leeway to Frogan or anyone in her circle. Frogan's tweets after the events of October 7th.
Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. Civilian deaths,
Hold on. I pointed this out last time, but look at the date. October 7th, 2023, 5:28 a.m. This fat bitch ain't even had breakfast yet, and she's over here tweeting about this shit, calling it a revolution. Like, at least wait until you find out what's actually happening first before you're like, revolution time. Like, chill.
What they're doing is wrong. Civilian deaths, okay, still, where was this energy for Palestinians for all
exactly
years?
Oh, honey, I was with you for a second.
Oh, who's that?
But saying this after the video of that woman in the truck has gone viral, I'm absolutely appalled. Doing the work of your male masters, I see.
Looks like Cherub Femme over here has a really good voice, I gotta be honest.
Just say you hate Arabs and go pushing racist stereotypes, you busted ass bitch. Next video idea.
Like, and that's the other thing. Imagine you see somebody argues, listen, there's that video, and you're kind of ignoring the video of the woman in the truck. And I'm not even going to go into it, but like, you're ignoring this entire thing. You didn't have to. In fact, you could have ignored it even further. You didn't have to quote tweet and say, you just hate Arabs, you busted ass bitch. Like, you didn't have to do that. You could have just ignored it because you're completely in the wrong here.
And go pushing racist stereotypes, you busted ass bitch. Next video idea.
By the way, this is a video of literal terrorist propaganda. She is making a joke out of it. Remember?
And Stardust had to literally censor, like, this is what I'm saying. Stardust literally had to censor this content to show it in this video because it's literal terrorist propaganda. And in fact, she's told me before that she got a strike on her account because of this clip. And that's the thing, is like, YouTube ain't even dealing with this shit, you know?
This is a video of literal terrorist propaganda. She is making a joke out of it. Remember?
And YouTube lets a lot slide. Let's be honest. YouTube lets a lot slide, but like...
These were all sent out October 7th. The massacre was still ongoing.
As an Arab, the history of the occupation of Palestine was instilled in my upbringing and the first topic I was ever politically aware about. If you are uneducated about a topic, you do not have to speak on everything. Ask questions, listen, and learn.
As somebody not as educated on the matter, I love that I can look to you for better understanding. Free Palestine!
Bleeding face emoji. Heart emoji.
Okay, now that is Gilded Poo, I believe, doing this, All right, now listen, I'm only like a few days into my Duolingo course. Can you not? This, I think Gilded Poo did the voice. Yes, Gilded Poo, I was high. Get high more often. This was great. This is the best Casey Tron voiceover. Spot on, I might add. But even coming back to this fucking tweet, you're going to see a tweet here in a minute where Casey Tron, and I need to see the date, but again, October 7th, we're not even giving any amount of time to actually process what happened. We have to tweet about it today. It's happening right now. It has to happen. I've got to tweet it now. Oh, why? Because Frogan's getting 5.5k likes off of this. I can get 442 likes off of this if I hurry up and get in on this topic that I know nothing about, not educated in the matter. But this is what Casey Tron does. She jumps on every fucking thing because God forbid she'd have to get off her ass and go get a job at McDonald's instead of eating there.
If you're uneducated, you do not have to speak on everything. I wish she had followed her own advice here because look at this.
Just one day after the October 7th massacre a year ago, Hezbollah joined the war against Israel. It launched an unprovoked attack on our city, killing civilians without distinctions, Jews, Christians, Muslims, and Druze.
Okay, so...
What was that? What did she ask?
Muslims and Druze.
Okay, so they said that they're killing...
We talked about last.
What the fuck's a Druze? First of all, I have no idea what a Druze is. I have no idea what Druze are. But I'm also not over here. This is, like I said, this is why I'm not tweeting about Palestine every day.
Anyways.
That feel when one of your favorite content creators unfollows for being pro-Palestine. LMAO.
Lady, please, there is a massive difference between being pro-Palestine and pro-Hamas.
What's it like being brain dead?
I really like this guy's name is Karl Max.
What's it like not being able to differentiate between a theocratic terrorist organization and a freedom movement?
Oh, this was wait, this was Gilded Poo also, because I was gonna ask who did this voiceover. It sounds so much different. You need to I sure hope he's working on his what's the word? Voice acting? You need to do your voice acting, Gilded Poo. I misread it and thought it said Karl Marx.
People are so
Karl Max.
I wish I was as smooth-brained as people on this website. Gonna start asking white people if they condemn every mass shooting that happens.
Okay, now take a look at this tweet.
Israel's internal security agency announced that they will eliminate all participants of the October 7th massacre. The photojournalists who took part in recording the assault will be added to that list.
Now, what does she say?
So, are they gonna eliminate themselves?
Disgusting. Disgusting. Banger voiceovers, absolute goat. I have to be honest, Stardust, I really think that you add just the simple act of adding in voiceovers for these people, because you did a lot of these tweets on the other video, and you read a lot of these tweets yourself. And I think just having that voiceover so that it's like, it sounds different. I think it worked. I think it worked this time.
What she's alluding to here
Also,
is
the music
a
helps.
common conspiracy
I love this
theory
music.
that's been going around about the October 7th massacre, that Israel actually killed their own civilians. So this is a nice one. Nice conspiracy theory.
Dog whistling with hummus instead of peanut butter. That is quite disgusting. That's quite disgusting to say out loud.
Frogan and her friends Capri Sun Poppy and Raffle Ticket run a podcast together
Exactly.
called Arab's Podcast. During TwitchCon, Frogan and her friends held a live podcast with Denims and Vio as guests. During this panel, they did a tier list. The YouTube video for this event on their channel is titled, How Arab Are These Twitch Streamers? In this tier list, they put Arab at the very top and they put Love Sabra at the very bottom. Guess who Frogan just can't resist putting on this list?
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
Fucking Vio over here like, oh god, not this again. Look at her face, actually. This is Vio. She's another streamer.
The next person is one of my favorite people.
She looked over. Oh my god. Vio, give me a fucking break. Like, do you really hate Ethan this badly? Look. Just look one more time.
Can't resist
Look at the
putting
fucking face she makes as soon as she sees who it is.
on this list.
The next person is one of my favorite people.
I think I'm gonna throw up. Like, chill, girl, chill. You know, she used to be like cool. I don't know what her deal is now.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
Much like other times, Frogan brought up Ethan all on her own here, knowing that the two of them are still not on good terms. She knows what's happened in the past when she's brought him up, and she's complained very vocally about it. You can't take shots at someone and cry out when they hit back. But of course, Frogan does this every single time. Already from the get-go, we see another strike against this panel, when Denims immediately jokes about them forgetting the Zionist category on the list.
Oh my god.
You guys are missing a category for Zionists. That was a joke.
That was a joke. Like, I mean, honestly, what is she putting on that voice? Hey, you guys are missing the category for Zionist. Like, what the fuck is that fucking voice?
You guys are missing a category for Zionists.
Zionist.
That was a joke. That was just a joke.
Was it really a joke, though? Given that you all fell out with Ethan over that particular subject? Any guess where on the list Zionists would go? The Zionist comment obviously raises eyebrows, but even the cheer list alone is bigoted. Arabs are at the top.
Oh, no, Denims, she was pointing at the floor. That's where she thinks, definitely where she thinks Zionism needs to be.
Of the list. And people who enjoy Sabra hummus are at the bottom. Now stick with me while I explain this. What's the most distinguishing feature of Sabra hummus? That it's an Israeli brand. And the panelists don't hide that this influences them, as if to say that Israeli hummus is inherently inauthentic because Israelis are somehow not indigenous to
Yes, Lilith, they're hummus shaming. They are hummus shaming.
land. The Mizrahi are descendants of approximately 1.5 million Jews who lived in North Africa and the Middle East. Their ancestors did not previously reside in Europe. Over 50% of Israel's current Jewish population is of at least partial Mizrahi descent. That means
I gotta come after you, Star. Wikipedia is not a source, okay? You gotta find the source from Wikipedia. You gotta go to Wikipedia and steal their sources.
the majority of Israelis today are non-white and have origins from the Middle East.
But no, I mean, this is a very good point. It's like, you know, this idea to pretend that Jews were never there in the first place and that the British just slopped them there or something, it's so silly.
Let's listen to our friend Lonerbox explain the Sabra hummus stigma.
Within leftist discourse, particularly North American leftist discourse, is the idea that Sabra hummus, this mass-produced Israeli hummus in North America, is bad hummus. And the reason that they'll say it's bad is because it's Israeli. The idea is that Israelis are not indigenous to the region. They're white European colonizers, etc., etc. They came to the Middle East and they saw Arabs eating hummus, and then they said, "Oh, how quaint! The chickpeas. It's like they've chewed it up for me. It's like stoner food." So they like that, and then they grab the machine and they kill all the Arabs, and they steal the chickpeas and the tahini, and they throw it into a cement mixer and produce some mass-produced trash for white people who don't know any better. Okay? This is bullshit. Okay? The fact is that brand hummus is never going to be as good as what you would get in a hummus place in the Middle East or in a restaurant or homemade.
True.
It's like any other food. That's usually the case, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the case with everything. I mean, how many times? I mean, do you think you could make a better burger or McDonald's? No, look, maybe some of you are just bad cooks, but like honestly, it's the exact same thing. There's a reason everyone thinks like Taco Bell is trash, because they could go to a Mexican restaurant and get like, you know, better quality food. Sabra hummus isn't really that much different. I think I have tried Sabra hummus, and I think it is garbage if I remember correctly. But at the same fucking time, it's like, it's kind of what you expect with like mass-produced anything. You expect the quality to kind of go down a bit in favor of them giving you a cheaper price. I don't know. I love my McDouble. Can never get that flavor. Listen, I hate the McDouble. How dare? You know why they came out with the McDouble? Because they wanted to stop. They wanted to give people double cheeseburgers, but they didn't. They wanted to skimp on the cheese. A double cheeseburger, it needs the other slice of cheese, okay? It needs the other slice of cheese, okay? Don't shove me a one cheese fucking hamburger. Listen.
Sabra hummus is
not getting into
as good
this
as any other mass-produced hummus.
So Letterboxd makes a great point here, saying that one mass-produced hummus is somehow worse than any other.
Actually, this is a good question. Is there a good brand hummus? I will try it if somebody can suggest a good brand hummus. But somebody, I think it was either Smelly Cat or Evil Unicorn, I think I saw them say in one of the chats, they like Sabra roasted red pepper. So maybe I should try that one. Hummus is disgusting. Nah, there's got to be good hummus out there. They skimp on the cheese with Filet-O-Fish is only half a... Oh, yeah, that Filet-O-Fish scandal. That shit pisses me off. You want to know what's funny? It's not in this video. And, you know, it's fine because it's not really a serious topic or anything. But, like, after she got in trouble for this panel, after this whole panel and she got in trouble and everybody made a big deal about Sabra... she decided to make Thanksgiving was coming up, and she decided to make a turkey out of hummus. If I can find a picture, I'll show it to you. But she made an entire fucking turkey out of hummus, and it was one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever fucking seen.
Other solely because it's Israeli is problematic. There's another issue with the tier list that is much harder to pin down, though. Ethan Klein and others have brought it up. The definition of Sabra. The nature of dog whistles is that they're much harder to prove.
I'll show you. I'll find
often
it.
Make the person complaining about them seem like a crazy person. A Sabra is a term for any Jewish person born in Israel. About 80% of Israel's Jewish population are Sabras. The lowest tier on the tier list is Love Sabra. Essentially, they're calling people in that category lovers of Jewish people.
Oh, no.
Now, I could have sworn.
Is she like unironically calling Ethan a Sabra lover? There's got to be something racist about that, right? You can't call people Sabra lovers. That's terrible.
I was hearing similar language out of the dissident right. Are we sure these guys aren't in that group? I think this point in general is a harder one to nail home because there are plenty of people who don't know what the word Sabra means. But from this crowd, I'm not so sure.
No, boo. They absolutely know exactly what Sabra means. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off, especially in retrospect when you do view it this way, is it's like These people talk constantly about Arab issues. They constantly talk about Palestine. They constantly talk about the conflict. Don't tell me you don't know what Sabra means. I didn't know what it meant, but again, I'm not out here tweeting about it like this. You know, they knew for sure.
This crowd claims to know so much about the conflict and the culture. It's very reasonable that Ethan would be suspicious of this. Adding all of that together, there's one last point. If this was really so innocent and about having the Habibi pass, why was the YouTube title "How Arab Are These Twitch Streamers?" And why is Ben Shapiro, another Jewish man, in the exact same category as Ethan when he...
Who is this, by the way? I don't know who this is right here. But that is such a good point, because Ben Shapiro wasn't like, you know how they had the panel, they were picking out pictures. They were like, okay, where do we put Ethan? Where do we put Mike from PA? Where do we put these people on the tier list, right? But Ben Shapiro was never a part of this. He was never one of the people that they listed, like, let's put him on this list. So the fact that you want to put the two Jewish guys down at F on this thumbnail, girl, we know what you're saying. Please miss me with this shit. It is so obvious what the fuck you're saying.
He wasn't even brought up in the original video. Besides being Jewish, the only similarity between Ben Shapiro and Ethan Klein is that they are both married to Jewish Israeli women.
There it is. There it is. They're both dirty Sabra lovers. Just can't keep them away from that hummus, right? I mean, come on. This is like Stardust. Thank you for pointing this out, because I mean, this is such an obvious. Well, I shouldn't say it's obvious, but it's such a dog whistle, but it's not that obvious. You know, it's just not that obvious. Ben Shapiro's Jewish? No, it's the fact that he loves an Israeli woman.
So, we've
Hey,
got
Von
the
Beardo.
combination of Ethan being brought up, despite not being a Twitch streamer. People booing Ethan the moment he's brought up.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one.
Vio, that is not a good... Booing him is not a good reaction. You joking? Jesus fucking Christ.
That's good. All right.
You know what, girl? You peaked years ago. Drop it.
Denim's joking about a Zionist category.
Dude, where's the? You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke.
And the lowest tier on the list being designated to people who enjoy Israeli hummus. Also, the fact that Ben Shapiro and Ethan Klein were both included in the same category on the thumbnail, despite the only similarity being both of them having Israeli Jewish wives. Coincidence? If you need further...
No, it's not a fucking coincidence. You guys forgot the category for Zionist. I found the turkey, okay? This is not Frogan's turkey, but this is apparently what she modeled it after. This is apparently what it's modeled after.
The viral hummerky. Yes, a giant
The hummerky is what it's called.
turkey made of hummus. You'll need 6 tubs of the 17-ounce classic Sabra hummus.
Fuck, it's 6 tubs. And she's using Sabra. 6 tubs of hummus. Jesus.
Cake pan with vegetable oil and freeze for 6 hours. Once frozen, spread more Sabra hummus in between the 2 sides to form your hummerky. I like to dress my hummerky with cherry tomatoes and spinach. Let it thaw and enjoy.
Oh my
Send
God.
this to someone you want to share hummerky with this Thanksgiving. The viral.
Yeah, this is what Frogan made. Jesus. Like, if you want to be a... Because I assume this is for vegetarians or vegans. This can't be like a, you know... But if you want to be a vegan, like, just make a salad for Thanksgiving. Come on. That's a lot. Nobody wants to eat a turkey made of hummus. If someone invites me over and it's not a real turkey, I'm flipping the damn table, right? Looks like something Jack would cook. I mean, imagine you walk into fucking Thanksgiving dinner and they're like, have you guys tried the hummerky? Lord.
That there should be no doubt about her anti-Semitism.
Yeah, be a cannibal.
Here are some of Frogan's Twitter likes, post October 7th.
Remember that Israel has admitted to harvesting skin and organs from dead Palestinians to use for skin grafts and organ transplants, and the majority of skin in Israeli skin banks was stolen from the Palestinians they killed.
This is just straight up anti-Semitism. It is quite literally blood libel.
White people see Arabic words and go, OMG, terrorists, like a stupid villager in the 17th century.
I just want to say something. I would agree with this position. Again, this is another thing where it's like, if I saw this tweet on its own, I would probably like it and agree with it, okay? But do you know why I would like it and agree with it? Because I don't know what Stardust is about to tell me next.
Century accusing women of witchcraft.
So Frogan is so educated on this, but doesn't recognize that this is the flag used to represent the Al-Qassam brigades.
So it's a Hamas flag. It's a Hamas flag. So to say OMG terrorists, like a stupid villager in the 17th century accusing women of witchcraft, well, unlike a stupid villager in the 17th century, you would be correct to say OMG terrorists. Because that's a Hamas flag. And if you don't know that, then I would agree with this premise that stupid white people see Arabic words and they're like, OMG terrorists, like a stupid villager, da-da-da-da-da. I would agree with that statement because I think people do that a lot. But that's not what's happening here. That's just not what's happening here. Those colors don't give me terrorist. Exactly. Like, again, if you saw this tweet, just scrolling through, saw this tweet, I think most of us would like this just for the simple fact that, like, we don't know what the Arabic letters actually say. It's also just historically rare that claims of witchcraft ever happen. What, that so few people were being accused of it, or that never happened? And are you a witchcraft denier? Are you a witch Holocaust denier?
People on Twitter will suck the toes of Ukraine, but draw the line at Palestine.
I wouldn't go as far as to call them people.
Okay.
It's no
I see you.
exaggeration to say Gaza has broken out of its prison and is launching a war of liberation. It looks like resistance on an unprecedented scale, actively retaking Palestinian land.
Justifying violence on civilians by calling it resistance.
Yeah, and see, same thing as before. Again, of course, October the 7th, so I guess they, at least Lewis all day, at least he waited a day, okay? Lewis all day, spent all day trying to come up with this tweet. But, like, at least they waited until the next day. But, like, she said the exact same thing. Like I said, that was the first thing she jumped to say. The very first thing she just had to rush to say was, when people in the Middle East have a revolution, people call it bad. This isn't a revolution. That's not what happened here. They didn't even... They attacked civilians. They didn't even attack... I mean, did they even attack the government? They attacked civilians at a concert. How is this a revolution?
They made up the deranged lie about 40 beheaded babies because they knew they were gonna behead hundreds of babies and we would see footage of it.
Everything Israel said was a proven lie. No beheaded babies, no women, no Hamas attack on concert, no Hamas misfire on hospital. They made it all up, just like America did with the weapons of mass destruction they never found.
Now, I just want to add, how much does this fucking sound like Alex Jones, okay? How much is this totally Alex Jones coded? I mean, replace Israel with Sandy Hook. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is just absolutely ridiculous to me that she would go around, that she would like this, or that Laden, I guess, wanted to tweet this. I mean, it's just like, sorry guys, you made up all those videos in your head. That was from Vietnam years ago. Sure. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, it really, yeah, it sounds like Alex Jones with a different, Alex Jones type shit with a different coat of paint. It's disgusting.
All up, just like America did with the weapons.
And then I don't know if I pointed this out last time. I think I did, but it's this same little quote. Just like America did with the weapons of mass destruction they never found. You're right. The government lied to us about Iraq. I agree with that. But like when you take that and then wrap it around with when we saw videos of what was happening, we saw fucking videos. Nobody had pictures of the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Nobody had video evidence of the fucking, we had to trust the government. And I agree, you shouldn't have to trust the government, or you shouldn't trust the government like that. Maybe you should be able to, but you shouldn't. But like here, again, you take one thing that America did and then wrap it all around what Israel's doing as if it's in any way equivalent. It's just not. It happened, whether you want to admit it or not. November 9th, I was like, was this in the next day too?
Weapons of mass destruction they never
Hey,
found.
Christy.
If you support Israel, you're a murderous villain. My disgust for what the Israeli government is doing does not equal support for Hamas or anti-Semitism. If you think that, it is not only are you a murderous villain, you're also a bad faith moron.
Okay, but admit, no, newbie, this is absolutely this is exactly what she sounds like, right? But again, remember, she tweeted October 7th, or was it October 6th or 7th? I keep forgetting. I'm not sure which day the attack was. She tweeted the day of the attack. Frogan, I'm so glad I can look up to you to tell me what to think about this. A month later, she's decided if you support Israel, you're a murderous villain. A month fucking later. If there is anyone on this planet who is a fucking bad faith moron, it's Casey Tron. She is the most disgusting fucking degenerate on fucking Twitch. So, again, I had no idea what was going on a month ago, but Frogan educated me, and now I'm listening to everything she's telling me to say and do. So, you're a murderous villain and a bad faith moron. I mean, this is just, she's fucking, I can't. I'm gonna have a fucking stroke. Like Jack, if I get into fucking Case-Tron right now.
Are you a murderous villain? You're also a bad faith moron.
Reminder,
Oh, it was the 7th.
Hamas
Okay.
offered to release all
Thank
its
you.
hostages on October 8th in exchange for Israel releasing all of its Palestinian hostages. Israel and the U.S. refused. They wanted to annihilate Gaza to seize its natural gas reserves.
Gas reserves?
If you're a Western liberal,
Literally never heard a nice thing about Casey Tron. She used to be entertaining a very long time ago, and there was a small period of time that I was friends with her, and I'm telling you right now, there are things that I know about her that I won't say just because I think that they're so fucking disgusting I can't even bring myself to broach the topic. So I'm not going to say anything right now, but like, just believe me, she is one of the worst human beings. I swear to God. She told me I was racist for telling her to put the wheels on her house and come say it to my face.
shocked and outraged by images of fascist Israeli troops being harmed, I have one quick trick to help you. Just imagine they're Russian troops and remember how you celebrated and gleefully shared and reposted images and videos of their
deaths. So, I mean, in fact, are we defending the Russians now? Or, like, what's happening here? Why is it that it's like, well, if you felt this way about Ukraine, you must feel this way about Israel, right?
their deaths.
No. Gilded Poo, let me explain this to you. Casey Tron, you don't have to know. Speak to her, whatever. She's already, because she did this to Stardust. She already has decided in advance that because you are, it's very Queen of Karma coded, by the way. If you're associated with me or with Stardust, you're a bad faith moron. You're a Zionist. You're a evil murderer. You're probably a pedophile. She'll probably try to call you a pedophile too, just for existing and not agreeing with everything she said. You did a video on Queen of Karma. Oh my God, we have to watch that. We have to fucking watch that. The only one I know about is the fucking 3.5 hours. The infinite victim one. That one was so good. I've got to see that. But yeah, no, Casey Tron has called so many people a fucking pedophile. It makes me fucking sick to my stomach. I really cannot wait for the day that either Hollywood studios come and sue her into oblivion and she loses fucking everything because she's been doing nothing but streaming TV shows on fucking Twitch, or she calls the wrong person a pedophile and they sue her ass into oblivion and she loses everything. I'm going to love it when it happens. Don't forget to like these streams. Or Arilla, I told you to pull over, but thank you for the $1.99 super chat. And yeah, guys, hit the like button. It's free. That's incredibly ignorant. I thought adults could agree to disagree and live life. Not these people. That's the problem. Not these people. Is they've decided from the jump that unless you are like militantly like river to the sea free Palestine, then you're a fucking disgusting fucking murderer. You support murderers. Like it's just fucking gross. I remember she even did a fucking tweet calling all Christians pedophiles because Jesus is not clothed on the cross. Something along those lines. It was fucking vile. She's just horrible.
It's game over for Israel. James Bond is officially fighting for Hamas.
Footage of a Hamas infiltrator using a motorized hang glider to get into Israel. Oh my fucking God. I wish I hadn't read that. I wish I hadn't fucking just read that just now. I really wish I had not fucking read that. You think that it's so fucking based that they came in on a fucking parachute. Too bad they didn't land by your house.
Comparing the actions of Hamas to those of James
Queen
Bond,
of Dur.
I would consider that glorifying their actions. Just to recap.
Yeah, Gilded Poo, if you haven't seen my Carly video, she was quite involved in that. She's a piece of work, I'm telling you.
What we've just seen are posts that Frogan herself clicked the like button on. A lot of them were glorifying the actions of Hamas. A lot of them were denying the atrocities committed by Hamas. And a lot of them were just straight up anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. I think this very much demonstrates a pattern of behavior from Frogan.
Marginalizing protected classes under the guise of moral superiority. All right, we're going to have to tighten up some of these titles, Stardust, okay?
Around October 19th, Frogan went live on Twitch and boldly said the following.
I have no pity at all for any soldiers.
I'm curious, was there some context behind this, or did she just randomly decide, like, chomp, 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 swallow? You know, I fucking hate soldiers, huh? What do you guys think?
So much. I will never have any pity for any soldiers. The U.S. military? Who? I hope you get PTSD.
Why is she always eating?
You know?
No, I don't.
I do the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then.
Aww.
Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted.
Like, let me tell you something. I have always been, I don't talk about this much, but like there was a point that I was probably more active, but I'm very much anti-war. And especially when it comes to the Americans getting involved, like America getting involved in fucking wars across the globe. We have no fucking business doing that. And so even at my worst, though, even when I was probably as militant as I could be on this topic, I would never say something like this. Yeah, no, I think a veteran that comes out of it like, yeah, I killed all these Arabs. Yeah, that's a disgusting person, and disappointed that they ever got into the military. But to sit here and be like, oh, well, you have to kiss our feet. You have to renounce imperialism. You have to... you have to be, you know, a changed person before we can forgive you for your war crimes. Like, bitch, they didn't commit the war crimes. The government did. Why don't you have anything to say about that? Especially, I mean, how many times has she come for Biden on this topic? I'd actually be curious about this.
The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like,
Girl World reactors are so fearful of addressing these topics. So I would agree with you, but the one thing that I need to say here is, like, I'm glad that they don't. I'm glad they don't, because you and I both know that not a single one of these fat bitches know what they're talking about either. Like, to sit here and see somebody who is like so you're right, Stardust. She's getting into my head. A visible minority here. Such a visible minority here, over here, obviously knows what she's talking about it constantly, and still getting it wrong, still saying these outlandish fucking things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I feel about it. As much as, like, I would sit here and be like, I definitely wouldn't want FFG commenting on this, but at the same time, if that's what get her canceled, you know, go right ahead, FFG. I'd love to hear your takes on this. Show your ass, FFG.
Imperialism, this, you don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other, you're doing them, you're like, oh my god, I want my Camaro, no student loans. You. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance.
She hates Biden, I figured.
This is a pretty vile take. And not because...
But who do you think she hates more, veterans or Biden? Because Biden is not a veteran. I don't think, is he? No. All he did his whole life was the fucking Senate.
I think you can't criticize America. You certainly can. But there's a difference in criticizing the decisions made at a high level and harboring hatred towards military service members who often have no other choice but to follow
dead son
orders.
That doesn't count.
People who join the military often do so because they have no other prospects in their life and no future planned ahead for them. Joining the military gives them a path that they otherwise wouldn't have had. That doesn't even take into account how many of them are recruited fresh out of high school.
Why'd you join the Navy? Stop selling dope.
Why'd you join the Army? I need my citizenship. I'm an illegal. She's an immigrant.
Ramirez, why'd you join the Army?
Is that Azria singing that? She's an immigrant. What was I going to say? Does anyone... just press 1 in the chat if you remember when Twitch, not Twitch, but when the U.S. Army was doing recruiting on Twitch. That shit was fucking wild because people would go in and make comments kind of like Frogan is. And now here's where I want you to see the difference. People would go in, there was like the army was doing a live stream on Twitch, and they were like doing it daily. And they were effectively recruiting kids, like, to join the military, okay? Now, people would go in the chat and they would say shit, just like Frogan's saying right now, like, you fucking imperialists, what do you think? Where are the weapons of mass destruction? That kind of shit. And I remember complaining about it, too. In that scenario, guess what? You're actually going after the government. You're actually going after the institution. Now, do I feel bad for the guy who was on the other side of the camera? Okay, sure. But, you know, can you blame everybody else for being like, get the fuck off Twitch, stop fucking poaching kids from Twitch, what are you doing? Yeah, they were like live streaming, like playing Battlefield and shit. It was just like some recruitment officer going live and playing Battlefield. There wasn't that much to it, but it was like, I don't like this on my website. Like, it was weird. How do you do, fellow kids? Exactly, it was that meme brought to
How many
life.
of them are recruited fresh out of high school?
Why'd you join the Navy? Stop selling dope.
Why'd you join the army? I need my citizenship. I'm an illegal. She's an immigrant.
Ramirez, why'd you join the army?
I was in Home Depot working, but they told me, it's like when I get the green card, you need to join to the army.
Why did you join the army?
These are people.
So you have, I joined the military and I stopped selling dope. I joined the military to get my citizenship so I could be part of this country. I joined the military to get my mother's citizenship. Are these really the people you want to have PTSD, Frogan? Is this really like the people you want to attack for this? Because that's what kills me, is I feel like excuse me, I feel like in the exact same breath somebody like Frogan would be like, you know, we should be letting immigrants in. Well, look at this. I mean, and there are people who have genuinely like improved their lives by being in the military. I don't agree with probably 90% of what the fucking military does, but like, you can't discount every single person that joins the military for this baseless reason, because you know, the number one thing that these people do for you, and I want everyone to hear this clearly, the number one thing that every veteran has done for you is prevented a draft. Prevented a draft from happening. So when you sit around in your fucking house all day long, jerking off on the fucking internet, because you don't have to go fight overseas for this country. That's thanks to these people. Most countries, it's fucking required. The Twitch thing's literally the Simpsons episode where they make a boy band meant to coerce kids into enlisting in the Navy. Yeah, what was it? Ivan Netniash.
People who put their bodies.
I love
and
that
their
episode.
futures
It's so
on the line
good.
At great risk before seeing any type of return. And what are Frogan's requirements for not deserving PTSD again?
The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, imperialism. This, you don't deserve the PTSD.
So you have to know what imperialism even.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you think that woman that said, I'm an illegal bitch, do you think she knows what imperialism is? Do you think she knows what imperialism is? I don't know. You know, I think most people in the military probably have no idea what imperialism is.
is to be able to say.
Maybe not
imperialism.
most, but
and why
a lot.
do they need to say that they've changed? Frogan and her friends are supposed to be leftists who care about the disadvantaged and the working class. But they can't even think through who they're talking to when they say things like this. They only have enough energy to fawn over an anti-Semitic.
Oh my god, it's Luffy!
Houthi terrorist. There's no energy for anyone else. A few days later, on October 21st.
Actually, for those of you guys who don't have any context, this guy his name is, I don't know what his name is actually. We've been calling him Luffy for so long. Hassan decided to interview a Houthi, and again, this is what happens on Twitch. This is one of the reasons why I don't stream on Twitch anymore. Hassan had a Houthi terrorist on his stream for an interview. Do you think Hassan said, you know, what are you doing? Do you not realize you're killing people? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you think he went in hard on him? No. You know what he said? You're just like the guy from One Piece. You're just like, Luffy would approve of what you do. And this is some stupid anime TV show, in case you don't know. And the character's name is Luffy. Like, it's spelled Luffy, Luffy, but it's pronounced Luffy. Again, I don't know. I don't watch the fucking show. But he hasn't. This is the guy, and by the way, this guy has streamed on Twitch a number of times with no repercussions, no reason. Majority of interviewers won't ask hard-hitting questions. I mean, in a lot of contexts, yes, but like, you know, when you had journalists interviewing Vladimir Putin, for example, or I don't know, did Osama bin Laden ever get interviewed? I feel like he did, but like, or Saddam. When people would interview these people, they would push back a little bit. Like, no, I'm not saying that they're going to get into a big screaming match, but they would push back on like what they were doing. But they certainly did not invite them on and be like, "Oh my God, you're just like Superman saving the world. Oh, good job." Like, that's basically what he did here, was like, "You're just like my favorite TV show character." Like, come on. Do you ask hard-hitting questions, girl? No. You know what? The first question I asked Stardust was, "What do you think about Bo Black?"
Houthi terrorist. There's no energy for anyone
But
else.
I'm also not interviewing terrorists, to be fair.
A few days later, on October 21st, Frogan doubled down.
I'm getting canceled on Twitter again. Again, yes. Here we go. Yes. I'm sorry. Okay, let me show you why I'm getting canceled, okay? I have no pity at all.
This part pisses me off too, because if you said this in a bit of a stir, this is something that I think like everybody has to realize about live streamers, especially on Twitch. When you're on Twitch, you're generally streaming like fucking 4 to 8 hours a day. Okay. A lot of these people go like 8 hours a day, no problem. And if you're going on Twitch streaming that much, you get tired, you get hungry, whatever, you're bound to say all kinds of stupid shit. So for her to have said this stupid PTSD comment in the first place, disgusting, absolutely abhorrent. And if you woke up the next day and said, "You know what, I was just going off, I shouldn't have," okay. But what do you think her response is?
I'm sorry. Okay, let me show you why I'm getting canceled, okay? I have no pity at all for any soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any pity for any soldiers. And I stand. The U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. You know? I mean, I stand by it. I mean, like I said,
I stand by it.
I mean, the good thing is at least they put my whole take into it. You know what I mean? I do the ones I do.
She's fucking proud of it. Like, that's what I'm saying. She's fucking proud of it. And she's just sitting here like, yeah, well, thank God they got all of the context in, because that's what I said, was there has to be some context that prompted her to say this. But she's over here like, no, thank God they put all the context in. They put all my words in, so they know exactly how much I hate veterans.
The ones I'm like, whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know well back. They didn't know.
You know what's funny about the mic thing, okay? In fact, I pointed this out, and I think Stardust pointed it out in her first video, and probably because I pointed it out to her. But I was like, why is the fuck? She has this like pink pop filter on the microphone. I have the same microphone, but she has this pink one, and I was like, why is it so dirty? Like, it was like fucking gross at the end. And I don't know if she's cleaned it or if she got a new one, but apparently she heard the feedback and got a new fucking pop filter for her mic ever since she finally cleaned it. Thank God. That shit was disgusting. It was very much, imagine the smell. I'm going to pull up a picture just so that I can show you. It was gross.
Whatever. You're a good person in my book.
Exactly, because she's eating, she's sitting there stuffing her face and eating and then spitting into the microphone. Listen, mine would probably be just as disgusting if the color of it wasn't black. You know what I mean? But because it's black, it doesn't really show anything. But like, yeah, it's because she's sitting there spitting in the microphone, eating, heavy breathing into it. Like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, imperialism, this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my Camaro, no student loans. F you. I hope you get PTSD, and I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
That's her apology. They posted it and I said, based, based. That's her fucking apology. Give me a fucking break.
Based?
Let me just say something. Let me just say something very quickly too. And I you know, maybe I shouldn't be as twisted vagina about this, but like, I remember I got banned from Twitch. I don't know if it was for 30 days or what, but it was because I said the F word. Well, newsflash, in case anybody didn't know, I'm a gay man, and I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. But you know what I did? I made this long-ass fucking post about apologizing for it, where I just apologized for it, and I didn't do it again. I don't even do it over here. But like, to sit here and be like, it's so funny, based, based. Like, fuck you, bitch. Do you know how often, and did she get any repercussions from this? Stardust, remind us, did she get a single repercussion for these disgusting fucking comments? No. None. Nothing. Nothing. So explain to me then why I shouldn't be asking why your damn mic's so dirty. Your fucking mic is as dirty and smelly as your fucking opinions, Frogan. It's morphing into black. Yeah, it looks like fucking Animorphs.
Like, am I supposed to be like I'm not walking back on it. I still agree with it. Based?
This is absolutely hate speech. Veterans are...
Did anyone notice what isn't on this list, by the way? Race, religion, age, sex, pregnancy, familial status, disability status, genetic information, veteran status. The following are characteristics protected by the U.S. federal anti-discrimination law. What's missing from that list, huh? Huh? Could it be sexual orientation? Huh? Huh? DOJ, get on top of this, please.
This is absolutely hate speech. Veterans are a protected class. People with mental issues are a protected class. You cannot talk about people like this. It's actually a huge problem. And according to Twitch guidelines, this is a violation. Now, if I can direct your attention...
Dan Clancy don't care. He's over here looking for her OnlyFans.
Take a look at this gem.
Some of them don't have a choice financially or for school. My little brother is serving right now for that reason. He's not a fan, neither am I.
I took out student loans.
I took out student loans. Why can't you just take out student loans like the rest of us? Meh.
I took out student loans. Listen, honey, be in student debt like everybody else.
It's disgusting. Do you even pay your student debt? I'm starting to doubt it.
You don't buy thank you. You think
Sim for Frogan.
You think I want to be in $100,000 of student loan debt? No, I don't.
I have another question too, really quick. Is it really $100,000? I guess because she got a master's too. But did she go out of state or something? Why is it so fucking expensive? I think I paid like maybe $5,000 per semester at Alabama. I mean, where the fuck she go?
But I never ground children at the expense of it.
You often need a co-signer to even get a loan, and a lot of people don't even have that.
You know what I mean?
No one should believe that Frogan has an ounce of progressive values within her.
Did I hear right about her talking shit about people who joined to pay off student debt? Yep. In other words, you have no business going into the military to pay off student debt. Even if the only thing you did was be in the stupid military band, then you're just a fucking imperialist and you're a disgusting Zionist.
What does she think happens to the families and the children of people who come back from serving, who have PTSD and have no support system? How many of those people don't go on to contribute to society? How many of those people don't go on at all? And those that do, how many of them go on to be a net negative because of their trauma? We just had 2 terror attacks happen on January 1st, 2025, both committed by military veterans. One was the Las Vegas Cybertruck explosion, in which the perpetrator, Matthew Livelsberger, admitted in letter that he wanted to cleanse his mind of the brothers that he lost and relieve himself of the burden of the lives he took.
And see, when I say that even at my worst, as far as like my anti-war activism, even at my worst, I would never have said something like this for this exact reason. How many veterans do you know that just can't really live with the fact that they had to kill somebody? You know, I mean, it's deplorable to just broad brush, like, paint these people as monsters. I mean, where do you think this leads at the end of the day? I mean, you really want these people to have PTSD? I mean, you really want these terrorist attacks to keep taking place?
The other attack was the 2025 New Orleans truck attack, in which Shamsuddin Bahar Jabbar drove a pickup truck into a crowd.
I actually, because I'll be honest, I haven't been keeping up with like mainstream news too much this year. I didn't know this guy was a veteran also. I knew the other one was, but I didn't know this guy was a veteran at all. I had no idea. But like, yeah, I mean, he was apparently a veteran, and then the whole situation of being in the military fucked him up so much that he like defected, right?
15 people died from this. In a double whammy argument against Frogan's rhetoric, Jabbar pledged allegiance to IS. This man went from serving 10 years in the military to traveling to Egypt and committing an act of terrorism in the name of Islamic fundamentalism.
So, Frogan, do you still want these people to have PTSD? You want more of this to happen? You want more of this. You want them to have PTSD. You want more of this. You want more people to die. Why shouldn't I blame you for this?
Terrorism in the name of Islamic fundamentalism.
Oh, this is the good one. You guys are going to like this part.
Cinderella, the Streamer Awards is an annual awards show that celebrates achievements in the live streaming industry over the previous year. The first one was held in 2022. One of the categories that streamers can be nominated for in the Streamer Awards is Rising Star, an award that is dedicated to streamers who are still up and coming. As the website says, these streamers have tremendous growth over the past year and have the potential to be a top streamer. In 2022, Frogan was nominated for the Rising Star Award.
Stance is our rising star.
Womp womp.
Stans ended up winning instead of.
I'll wait till she says it.
Because Frogan was nominated again in 2023 for the same award, Rising Star. I personally don't have an issue with this because it's just a show. It was made for streamers to give awards to their other streamer friends.
Based. Do you want to know how fucking egotistical, how much fucking bullshit that these people have, how much fucking smoke these people have blown up their own fucking asses? Is the fact that they made a fucking streamer award show. Question. Do you recognize a single one of these people? Press 1 in fact, press how many names you recognize or faces that you recognize here. I recognize 1, and it's Frogan, and it's because we're watching this video. -1. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who any of these fucking people are, but like streamers have built it up in their head so much that they're little micro fucking celebrities, and that they put on this whole fucking production of a streamer award show, and they like imagine. Okay, let me zoom out for some of you guys. Imagine if there was a Girl World award show. Okay? Imagine how fucking ridiculous that would be. I would I would watch that. There shouldn't. Stop it. Because listen, and here's another thing. We all know how Frogan feels about Zionists in Hollywood, right? You mean like that embarrassing shit, Mr. Oh no, please don't tell me it's already happened. Oh, gross. But yeah, but I will admit this is an entire fucking production. So there's that. But like don't give these people the fucking gas to like continue to inflate their fucking egos. Nobody knows who these fucking people are. And like this idea that it's not, I call it the best friend awards, because here's the thing. We know Frogan and we know how she feels about Zionists in Hollywood. Do you believe that do you or do you not believe that she would be the first person that if you said, hey, do you want to watch the Grammys tonight? She would be like, or I'm sorry, what's the movie one? The Oscars? If somebody said, do you want to watch the Oscars tonight? What do you think her response would be? I bet you money it would be, why would I want to watch that? That's just a bunch of elitist assholes giving each other awards. Right? What's the fucking difference here? And I'm not even attacking Frogan specifically. I'm just saying she's the type of person that would think that award shows as a concept are stupid because it's just celebrities giving other celebrities awards. I would think most of these people would have that take. And I'll do you one better here, because at least this is the rising star. I understand why you don't recognize most of these people.
Stans ended up winning instead of her, but that's fine because Frogan was nominated again in 2023 for the same award, Rising Star. I personally
And so, by the way, she's nominated 2 years in a row.
don't have an issue with this because it's just a show. It was made for...
All right, now here's my question. How many people up here do you recognize? Type the number of how many people that you recognize. The bread cats don't count. And here's the thing. The cat, that's what I say. The breaded cats don't count. I recognize all of these people, actually. I do recognize all of these people, but you wouldn't unless you were an active Twitch viewer. And that's my point. They are so... Because these are literally the biggest some of the biggest streamers on Twitch. I shouldn't say but some of the biggest streamers on Twitch. And the fact is, you don't know who any of these people are because they're irrelevant outside of Twitch. And I wish they would just accept that. Nobody gives a shit about you outside of Twitch. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Only Pokimane, because Selma on Twitch means pretending they're BFFs. What? Oh, makes memes oh, okay, I see what you mean. But yeah, only because somebody else was obsessed with Pokimane, right? Red flag, by the way. The fuck are these people? I don't know Twitch, but I know them because Ludwig's YouTube videos. Yeah, so like even if you were just a fan of Ludwig, that's him. This is Ludwig, by the way. You might, and he's on YouTube actually. I think he just switched back to Twitch recently. But like even if you were a fan of Ludwig, you'd probably at least know who these people are. You'd know the faces, kind of thing. But yeah, no, I mean, and I don't watch any of them, but again, they are some of the biggest streamers on Twitch. But that again tells you what that's how niche it is. That's how fucking niche it is. That's how obscure this is that unless you're actually in Twitch, you don't know these fucking people. They're just fucking random fuckers that need to get a job.
streamers to give awards to their other streamer friends. I said it. But people were confused as to how she got nominated twice in a row. It's a valid question. How can you be a potential rising star 2 years in a row. Mizkif, an actually popular streamer, commented on the categories during one of his streams.
Prince, Alive, and Frogan. Frogan was there last year. How do you know him? Dude, I literally, all I do is sit and watch Twitch. Well, I don't watch Twitch. I scroll through and look at people, and I'm like, damn, they have a lot of viewers.
As you can see, she already looks mad here.
Yeah, Frogan's on here again. I feel like that doesn't make any sense.
OTK is nominated again for Org of the Year. Why are you nominated again?
How are you a rising star twice? You're either a star or you're not. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Bruh, she is so offended.
I feel like this award should be like... A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Now, did you hear what he said right there? I just want to replay it so you can get a grasp on exactly what he said right there. Somebody in the chat says Falling Star Award, and maybe they were making fun of Frogan, but...
A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
A Falling Star Award? Bro, that would be so funny. I would clear.
A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Honestly,
Huh?
okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
See, it was this so. Oink, oink.
Listen,
So I get that she's likely pretty new to having this level of attention directed at her, and it's overwhelming. But it seems pretty clear that Mizkif wasn't being overly harsh on Frogan. He even made a self-deprecating joke about himself, about him clearing the Falling Star Award. Frogan, however, viewed it in the exact opposite way.
Hold on a second. Girl Sphere, I don't know what you're doing, but don't subtweet my moderators. Okay? If you're gonna be in here, don't be sniping at people, and y'all don't be sniping each other. Actually, I don't give a fuck, whatever.
She immediately
Just don't do it to my moderators because they can ban you. And Lilith, if you want to time her out, you can go right ahead and do that. I'm about to do it myself if I have to.
Frogan, however, viewed it in the exact opposite way. She immediately took offense to these comments and assumed that the joke was directed towards her. Mizkif came into her chat to explain and apologize.
annoyed! I saw the clip. The reason I said that I don't think you deserve the Rising Star Award is because I think that it should be based on that year.
Don't worry, just so I can show you, I did it. Okay? I did it. Okay. Shit. Take your shit posting somewhere else then.
Clip. The reason I said that I don't think you deserve the Rising Star Award is because I think that it should be based on that year. We have grown a lot from this year. I meant to no ill with it.
I just want to say this too, is like, I don't like Mizkif, so we'll start with that. But the reason I said I don't think you deserve the Rising Star Award is because I think it should be based on that year. But you have grown a lot from this year. I've met no ill with it. Shut the fuck up, Mizkif. We know you were, give me a break. Why are you coming in here with the most half-assed apology in the first place? The joke wasn't directed at her. And so your first instinct is to come in and say, the reason I said that you don't deserve it, he didn't even say that. Like, this is what a dumbass Mizkif is he'll come in and admit to shit that he didn't even do.
Okay, here's my thing. When you say like that and the way you're saying it in front of your audience of like 25,000 people, allowing them to continue to make fun of me, how do you think that makes me feel?
I'm sure it doesn't feel great, but she's the last person to be speaking about this.
How do you think the veterans feel? Frogan, how do you think the veterans feel now? I know this clip is older, but how do you think, after what you said, the veterans feel? I mean, come on.
It's all fun and games. You're getting all the Tech W's, Omega Lols, Falling Star.
Can we get a Keck W Omega Lol falling star in the chat, please?
I didn't even know this was a thing until somebody tweeted it to me.
So while she's complaining about the possibility of people coming in and harassing her, her own chat was insulting Ms. Kiff and even making death threats towards him.
Death threats. Ms. Kiff, you are a joke. You don't care about anything but money. POS, Ms. Kiff. Ms. Kiff is just mean. He will never change. You're a bitch, bro. Go cry about your bitch boy sexual assault friend. Okay, that was pretty good. Fuck you, you POS. This is your chance to apologize, right? And I kind of agree with this one. Like, Ms. Kiff, just say I'm sorry if you got offended by what I said. I didn't mean to upset you. You know, again, this is another, like, you're being way too impulsive, because this is literally, she's live. She just reacted to it and you rush in to be like, well, I don't think you deserved it because of XYZ. Okay, no, just back up, rewatch what you said, and, you know, maybe send her a DM. Don't go in her chat. Send her a fucking DM or something. Ms. Kiff is irrelevant. Ain't nobody wants you here, bro. Your ass needs to go in the falling star category, Mr. SA Defender. Oop. Apologize or GTFO.
When asked later about this,
Ms. Gift doesn't deserve a chance to apologize. He deserves Gitmo. Jesus. Your words have real life effects. Feel like you would have learned that by now. I don't think he meant to, like, hurt her feelings with that. Again, he wasn't talking about her. The joke was not directed at her. You got some fucking nerve to come in here and double down. I actually agree with that one.
Chat for the incident. Because
Hi. Hi, Smile. You are literal human trash. Ms. Kiff is mean to girls in his room and you actually do shit on your stream. Ms. Kiff just wants attention because he fell off. Ms. Kiff, you have a huge audience and you're talking down on other streamers trying to succeed. Be a little more mature. You're like 40. How old is Ms. Kiff? Is he really like 40? The people want Frogan, Ms. Kiff. Ms. Kiff is such a baby. Hold on, I'm going to mute this while we scroll through it and I'll replay it. Ms. Kiff, you're a lazy ass boof bitch. Trash, what is it? Trash Oregon. Ms. Kiff is racist scum. True. I'm sorry. I had to revel in the Ms. Kiff hate. It was just, I needed it.
So while she's complaining about the possibility of people coming in and harassing her, her own chat was insulting Ms. Kiff and even making death threats towards him. When asked later about this, Frogan excused her chat for the incident because of the difference in scale between Ms. Kiff and her.
My whole chat was on him, toxic. Okay, his entire chat was toxic towards me at a greater scale.
Hey, Sal.
Okay.
This is just another example of Frogan playing the victim card when no harm was directed towards her. And unfortunately, it seems that Frogan has a plethora of people around her who will enable this behavior.
A river of tears hides a sea of manipulation. I kind of like that one.
I've
Still
said this
long, but I
before,
like it.
And I'll say it again. I have no doubt that Frogan deals with discrimination on a regular basis, being a visible minority. However, Frogan doesn't use the words racist and Islamophobia cautiously.
Nope.
Seems like she uses these words for any...
Actually, what did she put here? Hassan Piker is blamed in everything due to everybody's Islamophobia. Holy shit. Guys, I guess I'm an Islamophobic because I don't like Hassan.
And Islamophobia cautiously. Seems like she uses these words for any situation that she doesn't like, or any situation where she's being held accountable for her actions. One glaring example is anytime Hassan's community tries to drag Ethan for something new. Frogan will always find an opportunity to try and dunk on or trash talk him. And when Ethan responds, she acts like the victim.
Ethan came after me again, unprompted.
Unprompted.
If you don't want to get hit, She also acts like a victim every time she says something stupid. Take this, for example.
You know, Frogan, look up a thesaurus. I'm sure there's another word for unprompted, right?
This MF never shuts up. Oh my god.
What was this in response to? Real Wow Mao tweeted the following.
Do Americans actually know why bin Laden did all that, or do they all believe he hated that they can vote or something?
I just want to point this out, okay, really quickly. So Keldoge was the one who made some of these AI voices that you're gonna hear here, and like for this one, I was like, let's see if we can get an AI voice of Mao Zedong, and so that's what he did, was he actually got an AI voice generated, but when he speaks English, he just sounds like a North Atlantic accent, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's pretty good. So here's Mao really reading.
Real Wow Mao tweeted the following.
Do Americans actually know why bin Laden did all that, or do they all believe he hated that they can vote or something?
Ethan Klein took this tweet and responded on his Instagram. He said,
he did quite literally hate Americans because they could vote and had freedoms. He specifically states in his writings the reasons: homosexuality, lack of Sharia law, drug use, lending of money, and letting Jews run the country. Please read his writings before regurgitating tanky talking points.
And, you know, I'm gonna let this finish playing, though. Let's get through this point, actually.
Comrade Casey, another Twitter user, said the following.
Ethan Klein has never heard of historical analysis.
And Frogan, of course, couldn't help herself. So here we are, back at square one.
This is a Hassan mod telling me, a Jewish man, to shut the f up because I dare to say Osama bin Laden was bad and hated Jews. Please understand that this is why Leftovers ended, and that her voice is not fringe within his community.
Okay, let me point something out here, because I think all of these people are wrong about Osama bin Laden, dare I say. Osama bin Laden didn't give two shits about... How do I explain this? Do you guys know how Trump, his whole thing is immigration, deporting people, whatever? That's his main issue. Let's just say that's his main issue. Do you think Trump actually gives a shit about trans women in sports? Am I saying that right? Trans women in female sports. I don't believe that he does. I don't think he gives two shits about the trans issue whatsoever. Okay? And I don't mean that from like he doesn't care about trans people. I think he just doesn't care about the issue. I think he's just like, whatever with trans people. I mean, he even made that statement, I think, about Caitlyn Jenner using, he'd be fine if Caitlyn Jenner used the women's restroom or whatever in his hotel. So, like, I don't think he gives two shits about the trans issue. But one of the reasons that Trump won is because he's really passionate about this immigration issue, but then he latches onto other issues like the trans debate, or I don't know, I can't think of anything else. But he doesn't care so much about the trans thing, but he's willing to say what he needs to say for Republicans to vote for him, right? So Osama bin Laden was not that different in terms of being a politician. Osama bin Laden's issue was that the U.S. was occupying Saudi Arabia. His issue was that was like his main issue, was he was pissed off that the American military was occupying Saudi Arabia, occupying their holy land. And that's what got him riled up about it. But in order for Osama bin Laden to sell this narrative, in order for him to sell this to other Arabs that weren't in Saudi Arabia and didn't give a shit about this, he started going on about Israel, about the U.S. support for Israel. He started going on about how it's all degeneracy in America. Look at what they're doing. So it's like, look at what they're doing to Palestine. Look at how they're supporting Israel. Obviously, they hate Arabs. Look at all the degeneracy that happens in America. Obviously, they hate Arabs. So, like, he was doing this in a way to coalesce people around it. So, do you think Osama bin Laden gave a shit that we could vote? No, not at all. He didn't give a shit about that. He didn't give a shit about Israel either. Or he didn't give a shit about Palestinians, I should say. The only thing he really gave a shit about was this Saudi Arabia thing, and that's mainly why the attacks happened. But again, when you're a politician, in order to coalesce other people, you're going to have to find common ground with them on other issues that they care about. Like, that's how you, like, pull it all together. And so I would say Osama bin Laden was not unlike, you know, any other politician in that sense. And I think it's unfortunate because we know these things. Like, this was laid out in the 9/11 Commission report. I know Michael Shore had laid this out in one of his books about blowback. I mean, this has been discussed pretty thoroughly. And yet, you know, here we are 20 years later and we still don't know what the fuck happened on 9/11. And I don't mean that from an Alex Jones standpoint. I mean that from a standpoint of Americans still don't understand what the fucking point was.
This, of course, escalated with friends of Frogan and others in the community claiming Islamophobia. And Frogan responded once again.
I am not pro-Bin Laden, Lamau. It is insane to take any legitimate political analysis from Ethan Klein.
If your argument is that the issue is Israel, and if your argument is that Osama bin Laden did this because of American support for Israel, then you actually are supporting bin Laden in that sense. I don't know why you couldn't see that.
People are questioning whether you support him because you told Ethan to shut up when he gave his take on it. I've seen her friends try to talk about the Osama bin Laden drama as if people...
Right here, to clarify, no one's pro bin Laden. He's a scumfuck. He hated gays, Jews, leftists, everyone. Again, bin Laden couldn't give two shits about gays, Jews, leftists unless they were in front of him. That's what I'm saying. He didn't. You really think they flew planes into the fucking building because of gays, Jews, and leftists in America? What people are advocating for is learning from history, e.g. the blowback. Correct. Shouldn't be controversial. Agreed. But don't lay this all on Israel because now you're not learning the context. Now you're not learning the history. If this is a problem, then WW2 documentaries should all be banned. Why did I just read that? Why the fuck did I just read that? Does he think that we got into World War II for no reason? Like, did he actually, like, does he think that America got into World War II for absolutely no reason? Does he actually think the rise of fucking Adolf Hitler was blowback? I mean, is this fucker joking? What does he mean by that?
People were just contextualizing what he said. Contextualizing is important in history, but what people were doing with Osama bin Laden...
apparently, like October 7th, these people don't believe that actually happened. That's all I can gather from this tweet.
...wasn't contextualizing. It was just claiming that 9/11 was justified because of the U.S. support for Israel. There have
Jalil, jail right now.
been plenty of atrocities committed throughout history by people who thought they were justified. The 9/11 Commission report, in my opinion, did a great job at contextualizing Osama bin Laden and his motives. It talked about his family, who he was and who he became, and how he rose to power. I believe it even talked about his childhood, but it didn't justify anything.
God, it's really what she sounds like, honestly.
I hope that you can look at a lot of these conflicts and realize that in most of them, she has been the aggressor. But now it's my time to get petty.
Oh, girl world, this is what you came for, okay? Press 1 if you're excited about the petty.
Talk about the 40-minute think piece of you. Is it actually 40 minutes? That's insane. Oh my god. Why can't men love me that much? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Here's the thing. I don't hate Frogan.
Girl, whose fault is it if men don't like you that much?
I just find her behavior unacceptable.
Good, bye. Go back to fucking Brooklyn, bitch. Like, you have your fucking house there.
I'm not sure Frogan is aware of how mean-spirited she is, but she's pretty unwilling to see how others might see a different perspective from her. And
Exactly.
that's especially bad when it comes to bigotry.
I watched him and I was like, damn, someone needs to touch grass.
I'm not offended at this. It's true.
It literally is 50 minutes long. That's insane behavior. That's insane behavior. Oh my god, she used my white man tweet!
I actually love her reactions to this.
And she's talking about my nails. They're like, oh, she's asking for rent, but she has her nails done.
Yeah. And all anybody is saying is that you should probably make sure your rent is paid first before you get your nails done for the month. That's all anybody is saying, is that you should make sure that you have the money for rent before your nails.
No, we're not gonna give that bitch attention at all.
Spoiler, she absolutely did. When I put out my first video, I pushed it on Twitter. She quote tweeted me shortly after, and I was not expecting what I saw.
Destiny's cummies dried up for her, LMAO.
This is sexualizing me just because I've been associated with another content creator.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Because that's what I'm saying, is it's just like, all she did was, all Stardust did, and by the way, Stardust didn't even tag her in this fucking, in this tweet. She just put my latest video essay premiere here. I think somebody did go in the comments and like tag Frogan, but the first thing she tweets, Destiny's cummies dried up for her, Lamau. Like, imagine if somebody said that about you and Hassan. Did Hassan's cummies dry up for you, girl? I mean, honestly, like, it's the exact same equivalence. And Stardust, there's a big difference. Stardust has not, as far as I know, really been interacting with Destiny or his community for a while. And it's only disgusting because it's Destiny. True. But, like, even that aside, even if she has, like, partially interacted with them, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Like, that is a wide river between Stardust interactions with Destiny and Frogan's interactions with Hassan. Frogan is like his head mod, always in his Discord, always in his streams. Like, she is very much a part of Hassan's entire ecosystem. She is a part of his stream. I mean, she might as well. In fact, somebody asked, is she getting paid for it? Well, not enough to pay her rent. We know that much. But, like, she is very much a part of Hassan's machine, of his streaming machine. And so to sit here and be like, like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't get to be Hassan's head moderator and be like, why are you fucking Destiny's dick, man?
Creator in the past. Aren't you supposed to be a leftist?
Oh my
I don't think
God.
I've ever talked about Frogan this way. By the way, remember, she started off in Hassan's community, and she has been modding for Hassan for years. She does all sorts of work for him. I don't have that kind of relationship with any other content creator the way that she does. I could make comments about her and Hassan, but I'm not going to. I did respond to this tweet, but it's not very climactic.
Actually, I'm curious. Is this did she have a picture of herself with a dick-shaped cactus? I need Stardust, I need context behind this. What? Did you put the cactus there, or did she actually have a dick-shaped cactus photo? Says fucking Christ.
I'm not going to. I did respond to this tweet, but it's not very climactic. You know, I honestly felt a tiny bit bad for making the video.
Oh no.
But after this tweet, all sympathy went out the window. Gross. LOL.
You've been up my ass for years now, LMAO, since you started orbiting Destiny in 2021. You are not a nice person like you are trying to portray yourself. LMA.
Let's be clear. One 50-minute video and her response is, "You've been up my ass for years now." Come on. Come on. Come on. It's one fucking video and you really want to say they've been up my ass. I've seen people make way too many videos on the same person over and over and over again for this to even be a valid argument.
I had a couple of interactions with her in the past, but I haven't been up.
Like, honestly, imagine, do you think Frogan could handle the amount of bullshit that Foodie Beauty gets for even a second? Or Amberlyn, you know, like, she would never be able to handle that shit.
Up her for years, like she's saying. I only really started paying attention again to her when she started to say crazy things on social media. So not only did she make comments on Twitter that would be interpreted as sexual harassment if a man had said them, she decided to take other jabs at me too.
It's always a hating ass bitch with ugly eyebrows and no lips coming after you. That's what you have to remember. You look at your
no eyebrows and no lips.
haters, and it's an ugly ass bitch with no fucking eyebrows or no lips coming after you. And you're like, okay, like,
you realize this is someone who cried over the stupid falling star comment, but we're going to sit here and be like, okay, she's got no lips, she's got no ass. Like, come on, girl.
I'm sorry you're projecting. I'm sorry you're projecting. Aww.
So I figured I'd respond to these accusations. I've gotten the criticism that I have thin lips before. That's fine, I do. But you know what? I think a bitch that gets lip filler probably doesn't have much place to be talking about my—
Oh my God. You know, Stardust, your lips aren't even that thin. But like, come on. Come the fuck on. Like, this is what it takes to, like, get you camera ready? Like, you are high maintenance as fuck. There's more I didn't include. She gets her brows laminated. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn. I struggle to get a haircut once a month, you know? And refrain from filling those ass suckers and pay your rent, slobber. I mean, it's just like, who's got thin lips if you have to get lip fillers? Come on.
myself having thin lips. And how often does Frogan get her lips done? How much does it cost? From my research, lip fillers aren't permanent. They last between 4 and 12 months.
Oh my God. Never call me white again. I'm doing the most Lebanese things and Lebanese thing and getting lip filler. Did yours already go away? Kinda. Check text. First of all, what is this check text? Don't you think we should know more about this? But like, they're not even fucking permanent. Like, what's the point in getting lip fillers if they're not even fucking permanent? Like, is this just something you get done for a hot date or something? The fuck?
Prices can range between $332.
Oh my God, pay your rent, lady. I know I'm about to start going off on this. Just shit, pay your rent.
And $2,354. This is somebody who talks frequently about being in student loan debt. In the
where is fucking ATOI? We need ATOI here right now.
last video, I touched on her criticisms of Ludwig. I talked about how ironic it was that she's shaming him for donating $10K while having an emergency rent bar at the bottom of her screen. Meanwhile, she is spending at least $85 on her nails twice a month.
These are $120.
$120? Turns out I was lowballing.
My God, $120 for those fucking corn chip nail chips? Like, seriously?
Ma'am, you said you have over $100K in student debt. Why does she look so uncomfortable here?
I mean, seriously, you just took some Fritos and fucking stuck them on your fingers and bedazzle them. You know, add some fucking jewels or whatever. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they are cheap. For this, it's super cheap because they're so like intricate.
Oh man, whatever you need to do to cope. So her nails cost $120. If she gets her nails done every 2 weeks, and it's $120 every time, that's $240 she's spending on her nails every month. How much is rent? Oh, it's right there. Okay. How much are groceries? Is it more or less than rent? More, isn't it?
Now, I just want to say something because I remember for the other Frogan video, I think I wrote the last line about these streamers and the pandemic. I wrote that last line and it hit hard. And I am so like, I'll put it this way. I'm so proud of you, Stardust, because that was such a good line right there. That was such a good fucking line right there to just end on that. Yeah, no, it's the groceries, isn't it? It's more, isn't it?
Than rent. More, isn't it?
It was just such a good way to like really like twist the knife. Oh no, you're saying I wrote that? Uh-oh. Oops. You're saying I wrote that? No. We started this video a long time ago. Okay, my bad. I wrote another banger end line, okay? I didn't. I wrote the parts of this script that I wrote. It was so long ago, I literally don't remember. I just bought so many nail stamping plates and gems. I have a massive suitcase full of my nail junk. Yeah, I saw. You said you do your nails yourself. Like, imagine you could do it yourself too, Frogan. Like I said, just plop some paint down on some Fritos. Like.
A big thank you to Worst of the Internet,
Hey.
Galdoge, Glitterbell, Gilded Poo, Andrew Landre, Madry Bread, and Gabi Wasabi. You can find their links and information in the description. Please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Stardust exclusive.
Can we get a clap in the chat? Can we get a clap in the chat, please? You are almost to 1,000 views here, girl. You're almost to 1,000 views here. Amazing video. 2025 is definitely going to be your year. 11 out of 11. It's fucking good, guys. Like, it was fucking good. I didn't realize I wrote that part. Because I've been telling Star, like, you just got to be more direct. Just fucking get in there. Fucking say what you mean. Don't fucking beat around the bush. All right, here is Stardust video. I want everybody to go hit the like button on it, subscribe to her channel because she's almost at 15K subs here. Do you see that? Make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment for the algorithm. We're trying to spread awareness. We want to spread awareness about this, just like with the Carly stuff. And listen, if you want to peruse Stardust channel, may I suggest the community of adults who harass a disabled woman for fun? This one. But also, some of you guys might be interested. She has a Shanny series, and the Shanny series is good. Listen, I took all I could find, or like pretty much the majority of what I could find about Shanny, and got all the videos together. I gave her a list of videos. I was like, react away. And she did a great job on this. She pointed out something that we didn't even realize, is that Shanny really looks like the walrus from Tusk. And Rev looks like the doctor. Was he a doctor or a professor or whatever? I don't know. But yeah, that was such a great video. Stardust, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for reacting to the Carly video. That really does mean a lot. And this one's almost at 1,000 views. Oh, wait. No, this one's already at 1.4K. What did I tell you, girl? This is going to be 10K by the end of the week. I'm telling you. At least 10K by the end of the week, if not tomorrow. But y'all push that shit out and y'all spread the word, because that was good. That's that should be on Netflix. Okay, well, I guess that's all. It's 9:41. Is Gilded Pooh still here? It takes a village to raise a video. It's true. It's true. I think that it really is one of the best ways to kind of go through this, is because what I was telling Stardust is, it's like, you know, if she's obviously amazing at editing, and you know, if you have one person editing, one person writing, one person researching, you know what I mean? Like it, I think these are the results you see. Who's got a newer, different Queen of Karma video? So allegedly Gilded Pooh has something about Queen of Karma, and I want to watch it. Okay, we didn't reach the goal for the deity update, which, by the way, the deity update's pretty juicy. Okay, but that's okay. I want to watch this Queen of Karma thing. How long is it? Is it like super long? He said he called her Queen of Dur. "15 minutes, perfect." Oh my God, Queen of Dur, the special needs of Queen of Karma. Nobody lolcows. Oh my God. Oh my God. Juicy deity update. Did he not make it to the toilet? No. It's just, you know, I've been having some By the way, I don't know, Evil Unicorn or Smelly Cat, I don't know if either of you talked to Gata, but I just want to actually say this very quickly. She left some comments on my video, and I guess it's not showing up for some people, but I did not delete it. I think she's under the impression that I deleted her comments that she left, and I did not. It was on this one. And look, we're not going to go through it because that's part of the update. And also it's like paragraphs. It's all lots of paragraphs. I outdid Gata this time. But if you can see these comments, I don't know. Apparently they couldn't see them earlier, and she thought I deleted them. Just if any of you are in touch with Gata, tell her Gata, Gata. Was it or was it not? Quiet. Gata, TWU. If any of you are in contact, just tell her I didn't delete the comments. I absolutely didn't. I don't talk to her outside of the live chat. Okay, fair enough. I like I said, I don't know if, because, you know, I know she's been in here before, so, and it wasn't like a bad conversation or anything. But yeah, I just wanted to let her know that I didn't delete those comments because I didn't want her to think I was like being I was being shady or something. All right, the special needs of Queen of Karma. Nobody lolcows. 1.9K views. Nice. Yes, I was one of those Jolines.
We gotta stop this queen lady. I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband.
Harass and trigger someone with actual PTSD?
I mean, you do, Beth. You do. You had no problem doing that to Carly.
You think it's fucking funny? Apparently, we're all supposed to be okay with rape.
So this video took an unreasonable amount of time to make. One of the reasons for this is because the rabbit hole surrounding Queen of Karma goes very deep in many different...
It never fucking ends with her. It's so true. She's only been on fucking YouTube for since 2020, 2021 or so. And I mean, it's just like you can find almost anybody on the internet and they either have had interactions with Queen of Karma or they know someone who's had interactions with her. It's wild.
different directions. I'm way too lazy for that fucking shit. So instead of going through every spat and drama she's ever been involved in on the internet, I decided to instead just attack her character. So buckle your seats and have a cigarette, because that's what I'm going to do. Cigarettes are based, and if you don't smoke, you should, because cigarettes make you look cool.
The chemicals you inhale cause mutations in your body.
So who is Queen of Karma, you might be asking? Well, that's a very good question. She's a fucking cunt! Why am I calling her a nobody lolcow? I mean, after all, at the end of the day, she has more subs than I do, right? Although it's a bit questionable as to whether or not she actually attained those subs or if she bought them, but that's besides the point.
Womp
The
womp.
reason I'm calling her a nobody is that, well, quite frankly, if you look at her channel, it seems to be dead. She gets very little views on most of her videos, and, well, to be fair, I guess I fall in a somewhat similar category, as in, like, every other video I make might get 1,000 views here or there, but for the most part, they get like 500 here, 100 there. It's very random, I don't really know, and I think part of that is my fault, since I touch on way too many different subjects. Yeah, that's all.
Wait, what was that video about?
Touch on way too many different subjects.
Strange sounds. What is this strange sound? Yeah, that's not going to do too favorably with the algorithm.
Yeah, that's all on me. But I take responsibility, and that's what's important. Queen of Karma, on the other hand, will go out of her way to start drama, and then the moment that fucking any pushback hits, well, she's the victim all of a sudden.
Talking to people with mental health issues and trying to upset them so that they have content. But I don't know, maybe that's just the people I watch.
Apparently, not only is that the case, but she has a history of doing this. Apparently, it's a pattern of behavior, but she did it with me. One of the things she likes to do the most, though, is to hide behind her PTSD, the very trendy variation of PTSD.
Hold on. When is this video from? August 24th, 2023. So this was during the Carly stuff, but I don't know if she had turned on Carly yet by that day. But this was like around the same time as the Carly stuff.
The PTSD that's complex, complicated, not like the simple and rudimentary.
I'm sorry, the reason I bring this up is because I never heard her brought up CPTSD, but Pretty Little Lies brought up CPTSD quite a bit. And so I wouldn't be surprised if she, stole her disability like like Pretty Little Lies thought fucking Carly was doing.
PTSD that everyone else has.
There is not a lot of awareness about complex post-traumatic stress disorder in the world. There's a lot about just post-traumatic stress disorder. But when it comes to complex, there are whole communities of people that actually don't believe that this exists. There are whole communities of people.
Yeah,
that
she
believe
still
that
does.
The only way that you can get PTSD.
She still does. If she doesn't like you or she has something to fucking say about you, it's you're friends with RSN and Suit Yourself and Valk 420. And it's like, no, I only know one of those people. So
You are a veteran, so things like human trafficking, domestic violence, prolonged childhood abuse, apparently to them, don't equate to going to war. However, I beg to differ, because you try being a 5-year-old little girl being raped every day and praying to a God that never comes and saves you. People wonder why I'm atheist.
is this a joke, Beth? Like, are you just fucking, are you talking generally? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You had the nerve to say bullshit like this and then freak out about every time Carly said she had a disability.
Yes. And I promise you, it's like being in a war zone. The whole, like, gatekeeping mental health disorders thing is just, I don't care. I'm like, sure. Do you want to say you got it worse than me, bro? Go say you got it worse.
Oh my God, that is rich coming from her. That is rich coming from her in retrospect. That she would fucking say that shit.
Than me, then.
And the thing is that bothers me about that the most is...
Because remember, the whole reason these fucking idiots went after Carly was because she had the nerve to say that she had more disabilities than Autumn. That was the whole crux of this. I mean, fucking A. Shit, these fucking people make me sick.
Go say you got it worse than me then.
And the thing is that bothers me about that the most is I really don't like it when people hide behind mental disorders that they may or may not have. I think it really undermines the seriousness of mental health if there is any to be had. I mean, realistically, at the end of the day, whenever you go and broadcast your mental disorders on the internet, you're really just asking to be mocked. In other words, I'm just gonna mock you incessantly and call you a fucking retard. And speaking of retardation, she also likes to claim that she has autism, in addition to CPTSD. But realistically, at the end of the day, I don't know what diagnoses she actually
Wait, what?
PTSD. But real
I want to see the comment
she
she
also likes to claim
posted.
that she has autism.
Your friend ruined the chance to be on larger streamers' channel than... Your friend ruined the chance to be on a larger streamer's channel than both of you because he got upset some changes were made, even with Asperger's. Is that how you spell that? What? She added a B. That's why I was like, that's not how you spell that. I can accept change better than he can. Even with Asperger's, I can accept change better than he can. Jesus.
So, in addition to CPTSD. But realistically, at the end of the day, I don't know what diagnoses she actually has, but what I do know for a fact is that she's a crazy psychotic cunt that roleplays as Harley Quinn, thus romanticizing the idea of mental health problems in the first place.
Wanna play game?
Oh, she tried to do that to me too, Carrie. I played one of her songs when I did that stream in September. She tried to hit me with one, and I got an email from YouTube that was like, we think this is fair use, but somebody's trying to claim this. And so I posted about it on my community tab. And what she did was she waited until I posted another community tab so nobody would argue in the comments with her. She waited until I posted another community tab. Then she goes to the previous community tab post and goes in my comments and said, I didn't do this. It must have been my manager or something. I was like, bitch, I have the email with all the misspellings and shit. So do you want me to put that out or you want to shut up? Those comments should still be there too.
In other words, yes, in fact, she's actually retarded. Not unlike every other psychotic white bitch in existence. But I think the most interesting thing about her, the thing that gets often missed, or at least looked over, is the fact that she formerly called herself Queen of Spade. And the reason, of course, that's absolutely hilarious is the simple fact that according to Urban Dictionary, a Queen of Spade is a woman that is obsessed with big black cock.
I'm sorry, Wes, that I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband. Is that why you're mad? I don't understand.
It's your boy, John Carly.
That's why Suit was mad, I guess. He said he was half black.
So if there's any truth to the idea...
What the fuck? What does that even mean? Bitch, Jesus.
Wes was upset that you wouldn't let him fuck you in front of your white husband, which I doubt there's any truth to that. But if there were, I would completely understand because, you know, false advertising. So in the end, she changed her name to Queen of Queen of Karma, and, well, there you go. And it's really weird, though, too, that she calls herself Queen of Karma. It's really strange, because she also goes out of her way to go after religious people. The reason it's weird to call yourself Queen of Karma, or even to have the word karma anywhere around your name, while simultaneously going after all these people on the internet for being religious people, is, well, because quite frankly, karma is a very religious word. In fact, there is really no way to remove the religious connotations away from the word karma. At all. Like,
true, but a little bit of a reach, but true.
I don't know why you would even do that. It's a little weird, especially for somebody that goes out of their way to attack pseudoscience and to go after people for not taking that goddamn vaccine. Yes, she's one of those.
Save us, dear vaccine. Take us serious.
Beth, please, why? I'm just like, why did I even decide to watch this? She did it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not an anti-vax poem.
Yes, she's one of those.
Save us, dear vaccine. Take us seriously. We had plans. We were going places. children in kindergarten, so many voices in chorus. Give us our world again, tiny gleaming vials. Enter our cities and towns, shining your light. Restore us to each other.
And look,
oh wait, hold on. Is this supposed to be pro-vax? No, she was 1,000% pro-vax to the extreme. Neither one. No, ma'am. Just what happened to my body, my choice? Jesus, ma'am.
People come after me saying that I'm doing that whole anti-vax thing. I'm not. I'm not at all. If you took the vax, don't care. If you didn't take the vax, don't give a shit. The only thing I was ever against was it being mandated. I don't think.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And like, does any? That's the thing. Can you just recognize that there's a middle ground where people just don't really give a shit what you fucking decide to do? Go get 1,000 vaccines. Who cares? Go collect all the vaccines and collect your V-Bucks and redeem them for a free PS5. I don't really give a shit, but like, I'm going to do what I want to do with my body. And I am probably not even going to announce it to the internet if I do.
I think anything medical should be mandated, like, at all. But you see, Queen of Karma here thinks you should absolutely be strapped down to a fucking chair and injected repeatedly with, the vaccine and miscellaneous amounts of fucking boosters. I don't know why, but that's essentially her stance in a nutshell. It's pretty fucking stupid. In fact, I would actually make the argument.
I think it being mandated for medical workers makes sense, but that's because they work with other people's bodies. So I agree with you, and here's my thing about this, okay? The employer has the right to have this is what conservatives don't understand, is that an employer has a right to hire anyone that they want, and in my opinion, fire anyone that they want. And similarly, same kind of goes with the vaccine thing. If they want to require everybody to get vaccines, then, and you don't want to, go find an employee. Like, I'll ask it this way. Would you really want to keep working there? Do you see what I mean? If they're requiring that of you and you don't want to have that done, would you want to keep working there, or don't you feel like there would be some animosity? Like, if that's the case, it happens, but it's time to look for a new job somewhere else where they don't have that requirement. You know, I think everyone's entitled to fit into the space that's most comfortable, but you can't require that the space be changed for you. Yeah, what's being discussed is an indiscriminate legal mandate by law for everyone. Oh, no, yeah, I saw so many people, especially like when the vaccine shit was going on, that they were just like, lock up these people who can't. And I can't even tell you how many people that I saw complaining about, like, oh, I wish I could go out this summer, but these stupid fucking rednecks won't get vaccinated. Like, bitch, just go get your vaccine and go out of the house. Like, you can still stay 6 feet away from people. I do remember having to turn in my vaccine to my job back then. It was weird, but I think this was the first thing that's happened in our generation. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it is unfortunate that they rushed so hard into it, because it's like, in retrospect, did everybody really need to get the vaccine? I'm not convinced, at least. I don't know, but I'm not convinced that everybody needed to.
Argument that she was about as religious of COVID-19 and the related treatments as the people she made fun of for their religiosity. It's almost like having a blind belief in something would render one very similar to that of a religious individual. Interesting how that works. And this is coming from somebody, by the way, that is not a religious person at all. I am not a religious person. In fact, I'm an atheist. That said, I also don't think that people should be told what they should and should not believe. Grown adults can believe whatever the fuck they want. I don't care what crazy shit it is. As long as it doesn't affect me or mine directly, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you choose to believe, unless of course you're a Mormon, because Mormons are retarded, but that's besides the point. The thing is, at the end of the day, is this woman, Queen of Dur, likes to go out of her way to tell people how they should and should not live their lives. So much so that she likes to go out of her way to complain at people for simply flirting with other people. So how does she do this? Well, one of the ways she does this that I know firsthand is that she likes to go out of her way to empower hideously ugly women to go after men through a #MeToo campaign that is honestly one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Brick my phone.
What?
You broke her phone?
I don't know what the fuck she was on about. Like, I didn't watch the entirety of this video.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Carrie, thank you for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate it. Shadow Hair, Crooked Halo, Robin O'Rourke, Geeko Boost Boys, Kaz. If you got one, say thank you. But thank you so much, Carrie. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm sorry. I kind of spaced out here for a second. What's happening?
My phone.
What?
Hold on. Back up.
So that she likes to go out of her way to complain at people for simply flirting with other people. So how does she do this? Well, one of the ways she does this that I know firsthand.
Wait, I mean, is she not related to any of these people? Like, this isn't like, oh, you're flirting with my husband, or they're just two random people flirting with each other?
And is that she likes to go out of her way to empower hideously ugly women to go after men through a #MeToo campaign that is honestly one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Brick my phone.
What?
You broke her phone?
I don't know what the fuck she was on about. Like, I didn't watch the entirety of this video.
Oh, you didn't?
Prior to me making my video on it last night, so when she's going on about me breaking her phone, I was just absolutely fucking dumbfounded.
And take out my Discord.
What?
Wait, who is this? I'm not sure I understand. Who is this?
What the fuck?
You're a hacker.
Apparently.
Yeah, with the penguin power of flight.
Yeah, I don't know where this bitch lives, but I apparently have the ability to break her phone and get rid of her fucking Discord.
Yeah. That, of course, is clipped from the relatively short 1-hour stream that I did with Alistair Mycroft that they were trying to #MeToo.
It's some Discord member of KOK server. Okay, I'm sorry. Who is KOK? That's not, oh, maybe, did you mean to type Queen of Karma? Okay. It's some Discord member of Queen of Karma's server. Okay. I think I've got it.
And on that stream, I said something so damning and so horrific that she managed to unintentionally get one of her lifelong enemies, Dark Ninja, to go after me in her defense, but not only her defense, but also the defense of the very person that she empowered to go after Alistair Mycroft.
Okay, hold on. First of all, you're telling me Dark Ninja's a real person, because I've never been able to prove this.
Said is that if you're gonna whine about your kid being retarded, you might as well just drown it in the lake.
Wow. You know, nobody's calling their child retarded.
Oh shit, iconic. Isn't that Teddy Bear's girlfriend?
You might as well just drown it in the lake.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. What is this what you said, poo pot? Okay, hold on.
To go after Alistair Mycroft. What I said is that if you're gonna whine about your kid being retarded, you might as well just drown it in the lake.
Wow.
Now, I wouldn't go that far, maybe put it up for adoption, but you have a point because, like, it is one of these things where it's like, listen, it's okay to admit that you can't handle a special needs child. Jesus.
Wow. You know, nobody's calling their child retarded. You know, medical parents value their children more than you could possibly ever value your own life.
You have children.
I know you don't care. That is the thing. I know you don't care.
You
I
have
saw it with
children.
my own eyes.
Iconic.
What about that?
Girl, listen. It's like, because I've heard that Iconic's child is special needs, and I get it, but, like, get off the fucking internet. Like, just get off the fucking internet. Don't bring this up to people on the fucking internet. Like, if you're not willing to hear other people shit on you about it, just don't bring it up. Like, this is wild. Like, you can't. Speaking of Teddy Bear, he has a 100K bond right now, and he continues to run from the law. Oh my God. I mean, doesn't it just get more and more expensive the longer he runs? The fuck?
What'd you say?
Do you have children? Okay.
That is none of your business.
The moment you bring your...
Yeah, and I know what I have a feeling I know what he's about to say, but this is the point, is like, they don't view your child as a real thing. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily justified, but they don't, your child is something that you're using to talk about, and it's something that you're using as a talking point. And it's not like, they don't see your child. They don't know your child. They don't have children. How in the hell do you think they're going to relate to that? You know? This is why I say, just don't talk about it.
Do you have children? Okay.
That is none of your business.
The moment you bring your children up on the internet and use your child as a shield to absolve yourself of criticism, you open that door to any asshole that wants to be an asshole.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He's right. That's true.
I know. Isn't that fucking great?
Yep. Same goes for you, Audrey. Same goes for that whole fucking all the fucking family vlog channels. Stop bringing your children into it, and people, you know, you're coming into the wrong fucking space to do shit like this.
That I said something so bad I managed, if only for a split second, to unite mortal enemies against me. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? But that's okay, because in the end, she did apologize to yours truly. And it was, of course, the most honest and sincere apology ever written in the history of time. Right? No, obviously not. It was a fucking schizo post. I am sorry that you and Alistair dropping, quote, the N-word constantly in the Discord to argue...
Not the bad words.
You know what's fucked is now I'm remembering seeing, because like, here's the thing. Queen of Karma will do 30 posts, 30 community posts in a day with literally no problem. And now I'm remembering that I saw posts of her adding gilded poo, and I just never really read it because I was like, this doesn't have anything to do with Carly.
The N-word.
Well, when you're slamming down that mouse like a gauntlet, is it more or less loud than Deity slamming on his keyboard? I apologize. Thank you.
Constantly in the Discord to argue...
Not the bad words.
Yeah. To argue meant you both got yeeted. You broke the one rule of Discord, no N-word, end quote. Here's the thing.
Really?
In those 3 hours that we were arguing in that woman's Discord, I never one time, not once, said that word. And then she said, how can...
Wow, so Beth just made it up out of nowhere. What a big shocker. I'm sorry that you and Alistair dropping the N-word constantly in the Discord. Give me a break.
Can you do that and claim to not be a racist? I think the most interesting take from that is that she called me a racist. And the reason that's funny is because, well, I'm dating a black woman. Yeah, I feel like most actually racist people aren't exactly interested in race mixing. Wait, wouldn't that make me the king of Spade?
Gilded poo, the one made... Did you just call yourself the king of Spade? Woo! Listen, Gilded Poo, if I had one suggestion for your comment, you're gonna have to clean up your... Not this line, because that was fucking amazing. Not that line. That was probably the best thing I've heard on YouTube in a while. But you're gonna have to clean up your language a little bit. Just because YouTube will apparently like de-rank you for certain words. Like, so you may have to clean up some of that. But no, that was fucking amazing right there.
Yeah, I feel like most actually racist people aren't exactly interested in race mixing. Wait, wouldn't that make me the king of Spade? Huh. Anyway, the other reason it's absolutely hilarious to call me racist is, well, quite frankly, she called herself the Queen of Spade. And courting.
Yeah, you know, and that's another thing is I think she does that shit on like exactly what you're saying here is I think it's so much projection that she's gotten so much pushback over that fucking username that she picks up these things from people who criticize her and she lobs them back out. It's just projection where it's just like, no, you're racist. No, you're racist. Like when nobody fucking said anything. Iconic tried to do this weird competition shit as a mom with me. Like I could never handle what she has to go through every day for her child. Why they felt the need to bring the child into the drama. Yeah, I mean, look, even if that's true, like, fuck you, lady. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, this isn't a competition over who can be the best mother. And this is what bothers me so much is like, it just seems like everyone out here is like mom flexing. It just seems like there's so many women out here mom flexing. If they can't have a child, they're going to attack every woman who has a child. If they have a disabled child, they're going to attack people with not disabled children. I mean, it's just like, it's all over the fucking place. And it's just like, just raise your children the best you can and just chill. Just chill.
To that Sun Chow guy I did a video on like last year, that's racist.
PSA, lust for black bodies doesn't equal love for black people. We out you.
So there you have it. A guy that occasionally goes to Harvard and talks shit, you know? He said it himself. The Sonny Che, whatever the fuck you pronounce that weird shit, has spoken. But really, aside from that, I've been in VC.
I mean, that is something that I have. It's a like, can a person who's with a black person, like the whole argument of like, can white people be white people? You can't be racist against white people because there's the superiority or whatever, or black people can't be racist. But then on the other side, you marry a black woman, I don't know how much, you know, how much more can you prove there, you know, that you're not racist if you have a black spouse. Like, I know that seems like such a dumb statement to make, but I have a lot of trouble wrapping my head around the fact that somebody who has a black spouse is actually over here just being racist to all the other black people, just not this particular one, you know? The Sonny Cho guy is a black supremacist. Well, to say that kind of thing, I'm not too shocked. Didn't know you can be racist towards white people. Yeah, no, a lot of people say this thing about you can't be racist towards white people because white people already have superiority. But the problem is that you're in turn acknowledging that superiority and making it an issue. Like you're literally doing what racists do by trying to put inferiority or superiority to any race, you know? I don't think Gilded is a racist. I don't think he's a racist. No, I think he may be edgy, but that's okay, you know? I think racism it has everything to do with intent. I mean, look, like there was a lot of like bullshit going on with Twitch there for a while where people were just constantly spamming that try hard emote, spamming, shit like the KFC Dodge Charger, blah, 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 all that bullshit. I thought that was racist because it was obvious what you were saying. And I don't see it any differently from what Frogan does as far as like, she's just using the word Zionist instead of saying you Jew. People were just using the try hard emote instead of saying blacks or saying the N-word, And so there was a lot of that going on that I was just like, I found it deplorable. And then, of course, when I complained about it and I went on a live stream and I called Ice Poseidon a racist, I got banned for it. So, that aged well, I guess. What if I'm racist towards everyone? Keldosh.
with her where she did say bad words. But really, I don't even have to mention that because, again, this clip.
I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband? Is that why you're mad?
But really, if there was one thing, one takeaway from all of this that is really important for you to understand and to know about Queen of Karma, it is that she got super triggered over a Suit Yourself cartoon making fun of her. Here's part of that cartoon.
You all think of people in a very negative way compared to how I think about Suit. I join communities you're in to follow you around. Go around making fake accounts to come and yell at you on social media, thinking about you on Christmas Eve. And I'm going to be the villain. We're in love with a suit. 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 We're in love with a suit.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think she ends up calling this video like it was like being raped all over again or some shit like that. I'll wait for it, but I know she said something stupid as fuck about this.
Yeah, it's not actually that funny. The cartoon is actually kind of weird and creepy. Maybe that was the intent. I don't know, but realistically, that's not the point, okay? The point I'm trying to get at is that she got so triggered by that she equated her being triggered to being sexually assaulted and harassed.
Yep. She thought this video was raping her. That's what it was. She thought this video was raping her. Have you ever seen the stream Shani and Rev did on this topic? It's wild. They talk about following Charles Manson because he was right about a race war. They said so much awful shit. Oh my God. I'm not shocked. It sounds somewhat familiar though. Hey Blake, how you doing?
This is cringy. This is disgusting.
Disgusting.
I feel like I've actually been sexually assaulted by Suit. Like, I actually feel like right now sitting here that I am being sexually assaulted by this man by watching this video. Do you know what it's like to have PTSD from abuse?
Press 1 in the chat if you've ever had PTSD from a YouTube video, and press 2 if not.
And then have to sit here and watch something like this, and then have the internet support it and think it's cool.
I don't know how to explain the levels of retardation required to say that a piece of media assaulted you sexually. But all of that aside, none of that really matters at the end of the day, because the most damning thing about Queen of Dirt is that, well, quite frankly, she's a French Canadian. And nobody likes French Canadians, including and especially French Canadians.
True.
Bad words. Bad words. I'm talking bad words. Cringy behavior.
Oh my God. I am going to link that because that was good. That was very good. Listen, Gilded Poos, don't say the C word, first of all, because I know that it's given me yellow icons on here when I'm watching videos and somebody says the C word. And the other one is, can y'all type the C word in the chat for me so I don't say it out loud? Because fucking the YouTube stupid fucking auto caption. Yes, Goodwill Head. Thank you. Yeah. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, that one will get you a yellow icon. And oh, the R word. I don't think they do anything when it comes to the hard R, as Pretty Little Lies would call it. But, you know, I'm just saying in general, make your content pretty watchable for exactly this scenario so that, you know, we can watch it and be like, hey, this is fucking good. Because this actually is a really good fucking video. I'm glad I subbed to you. Like, I have, yeah, Stardust goes like because I'll say fuck, shit, whatever I'll say all kinds of curse words in my videos and I don't censor them. Stardust goes the extra mile and like actually blocks it out. Like, can't even say shit. Can't even say shit. Here's Shani and Rev being really fucking racist. Let's see.
I have a theory. And I think he has the same theory too.
Yeah, they love hitting me with the yellow icon.
And I think...
especially on this channel.
I think we need to start waking up and start looking at what's going on in this world.
Charlie was right.
Yeah. Charlie Manson was right, dude.
Charlie Manson. Are you guys on a first name basis? Old Charlie. Oh, you rascal old Charlie.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter.
And if you want to call us fucking disciples of fucking Manson because of that, fine. I'm not offended by that.
I'm not offended by it, too. I'm not offended by, you know, being a disciple of an innocent man that's been blamed by a society who threw him away as a child.
Oh my God, guilted.
Wrote some really good music too, actually.
Oh, there's that too.
And people stole his shit too.
Yeah, people stole his shit. But that's okay, because he's Charlie Manson, right?
Let me tell you something, Stardust. You say I need to catch up on Shani. The sad fucking truth is there is not shit to catch up on Shani. These two have not been doing a goddamn thing other than like live streaming fucking news, fucking 9/11 content or 9/11 footage and shit. It's wild. They're not doing anything. That's most of the reason why I haven't been talking about Shani and Rev. There's just nothing to talk about there anymore. They just do something, Shani. Just do a fake fight. Come on.
Right, but he was right about the race war. And you know what, white man?
Saving the children. Oh, she's doing it right now?
We let them cut our balls from us.
Oh my God.
You castrated the white male. And you know, there's a...
Jason, are you circumcised? Do you consider that to be castration? Oh, Belinda's covering Shani right now. Shani and Bo... Whoa, what is going on? Shani and Bogata? What is going on? Is Shani live right now? I don't see her. No, she's not live. Okay. Is that what this is about? She's in the bodega now?
A lot of people on the internet that talk about this. So
Shani has castrated him, true.
That's weird or anything, babe.
No, I'm not. I'm just now coming to the realization that black people and people of ethnicities want to see us genocided.
Oh my God. Black people want to see us genocided. No, Shani, I'm pretty sure whoever said that to you, they were just talking about you. I had an argument with Bucket over circumcision. What was his side? What was his take? For or against? Yeah. What do you do? I need to drag.
They want to see us wiped off the map while screaming that we're the racists.
It was weird, though, because Trump's election... There is a division that came inside the African American.
Boo! Boo! Bad take. Stop circumcision. You wouldn't do it to a female. Sexist.
No, it all started with Obama. Because with Obama, they started these liberal organizations all around Duluth. And I know it was all around the country, too. And it was talking about how whites have privilege and racism can't exist if you're white.
Dave Chappelle is right? What? Why is that the
either way, what I'm saying is the apex of the real war, if you want to call it a war, because it's a Cold War right now, kind of, was Trump's election, because there was a split within the black community. And I'll tell you what the split was. It was between religious-minded blacks and sort of whatever blacks. Most black people are spiritual in some way, which I find great. That's cool. But the ones that supported Trump went away from the reservation, and they said, we get what's going on with these Democrats. They hate our guts. They want us dead.
I mean, what the? How much did they fucking smoke before they did this? How much did they fucking... How high are these two idiots that they just decided, hey, Shanny, let's go live and talk about Charles Manson and how the blacks want to eradicate all us white people. Shut the fuck up,
Margaret Sanger is
Jesus.
fucking racist, and she wanted us to abort all our babies. And Hillary Clinton supported that cunt.
Exactly.
So they broke away, and you got people like Candace Owens,
Oh my God.
Papa Hotep or something like that. What's his name? Something like that. There's a few really prominent black... Oh, Diamond and Silk.
Diamond and Silk, they're fucking on. The Hodge twins.
I don't know them.
They're fucking awesome, dude.
So that happened with the election of Trump. And a lot of those black people that supported Trump, their families rejected them.
Yep.
And said, I don't even know you anymore, that you voted for this racist piece of shit. So get away from me.
And the only reason why you say he's racist is because he's white.
I could give the
They didn't even vote for Trump. What the fuck are they on about?
story of why.
What is the reason why?
Here's the story. There was one story where Donald Trump was involved with a group of Hispanic people that were working for him on one of his, I don't know if it was a hotel, I can't remember it, but it was a big property, okay? They fucked up the work. They didn't do the work they were supposed to do. And they still wanted to get paid. Donald Trump said, no, I'm not going to pay your ass. I wanted you to clean this shit up, or whatever it was that they were supposed to do. Probably clean, because they're very good at that. And they didn't do their job. So he didn't pay them. They took that in the media and said that he's racist against Hispanics.
That wasn't racist against Hispanics. They didn't do the work. They didn't get paid.
But they were Hispanics, and
So they played the race card.
Yes.
Okay, I can't. Listen, my brain is melting. Do you press 1 if you want to continue with this, and press 2 if you're done like I am. Yeah, I don't think I can take any more of this. This is one of those things where it's like, I think I'm just too mentally spent for it. But then on top of it, it's just like, God, these people are so stupid. And even this is the other thing, especially when they get on these fucking weird tirades, it's very much like, it's just impossible to jump through like the mental hoops you have to go through to even like refute any of it. It's like, I'm sorry, you went from Charles Manson to Diamond and Silk. I've got other things to do today. They end up dropping the N-word. Of course they do. Of course they do. Jesus. Foodie's live and Hillbilly Belinda's live. I'm looking, is Valkyrie live? Because I swear I thought she was going live tonight. Just finished streaming on Twitch. Because I know she was scheduling a live, but once, she rescheduled it for tomorrow. That's okay. We miss you, Valkyrie. Can I raid? I'm subbed to Hillbilly Belinda, but I don't think I can raid her. Because I'm really curious what this Shanny Bodega shit about. Bogeda makes phone calls again, and my first Shanny react. Oh, okay. They're two separate things. My bad. My bad. I thought this was going to be like fucking tragic is the new teddy bear. I know, I miss Valkyrie too, but she's,
fuzzy.
She's got a real life. Let me see. Can I raid? And this says no. Redirect privileges needed. Ask Hillbilly Belinda to add you to their live redirect list in community settings. So we've got to tell Belinda to turn on raids. But I am done, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by. I'm going to... Is there anybody I can raid? Hold on. Uh-oh, I just fucked up. Shit. See, Sal ditched me for Belinda. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. I love Belinda's stream. She's great. Oh, hold on. Okay. I am going to... I don't even have lo-fi on here. I'm going to raid tomfoolery just for the fun of it, just for the clout. Just for the clout. Okay? So I'm going to raid tomfoolery, but don't even bother. Come here instead, okay? Come here instead and say worse than the internet raid. But I'm going to use tomfoolery just to get some clout. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. I may actually try to go live on Friday if I have the time and everything. I'm not totally sure. But I really want to do this Zachary Michael shit because his little breakup shit is fucking hilarious. It's just like... It's just ridiculous. I didn't want to make fun of him for it at first because it's like, I've been broken up with. I know what it's like. I know how you feel, Zachary Michael, but it's time for the trauma dumping to stop. Zachary Michael is a girl world reactor who mostly goes after Amberlynn. It's kind of the long and short of it. He's a gay guy, and I actually used to be friends with him for a brief time, and then he was kind of a dick. I figured out he's kind of a dick. I know, like, I can tell why Noel left kind of thing. Like, yeah, let's drag Zachary Michael over and over. Like, I do feel for him. I really do. But at the same time, like, it's been 4 months. At a bare minimum, even if you haven't moved on, stop trauma dumping to your Twitch chat. And I want to say one other thing, because I've seen a bunch of people cover this. Everybody goes and they read the Reddit and they read all the comments in the Reddit. I have not seen anybody actually pull up the Twitch streams and show the Twitch streams. So if I'm going to do this, I'm showing the Twitch streams. The trauma dumping on Twitch was something. Yeah, Lilith only saw 1 day of it, and he was showing a picture of Noel and being like, I took this picture down. You know, it's got all these signatures, whatever. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it, but I took it down. And he shows it on stream, and it's like, dude, you are never going to move on if every single day you talk about this to your Twitch chat. It's fucking insane, and not a second of self-reflection when it comes to, maybe I shouldn't be treating Amberlynn like such shit. But what do I know? Anyway, he does. He uses Twitch chat as a therapist, and it's like extremely unhealthy for him, but it's just as unhealthy for his audience. It's really disturbing. Anyway, I'm out. Thank you guys for coming. Is she ending? Is that why she just gifted subs? Is she ending?
Actually, you know who was telling me?
Oh, they were
No,
talking
she's not
about
ending.
me.
So Hillbilly Belinda is another Southern woman. So go over there, say hi, tell her I sent you. All his Twitch is reposted on his second channel so you can reach her. It's just the reactions. I have the trauma dumping backed up on a private thing. I need more lolcows, so ignore worst of the internet's advice. Trauma dump more. Go watch Gilded Poo. I watched your video. Go watch my Carly video. Okay?
Worst of the internet raid. Who's worst of the internet? Thank you for the raid, I guess. Worst of the internet wanted to raid you, but it wouldn't let him, so I'm here from his channel. Aww. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you, darling.
I'll put a heart
appreciate
in there.
you. Worst of the internet. Trying to think of who that is. Oh, I know who that is. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Come on in, Raiders, honey. We're talking about trash bags, too. Worst of the motherfucking internet.
Trash bags, too.
It got those chat, yeah.
All right, go in there, say hi. I'm going to rate tomfoolery. If you want to say hi to him, I wouldn't bother, personally. Thank y'all for coming by. I love y'all. Have a good night.